and you're listening to the Boxing Voice.
There's Angel Garcia. Now tune in to the Boxing Voice. Don't forget.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. Today is going to be your Danny Garcia versus Samuel Vargas preview, as well as Luis Ortiz taking on Malik Scott over in the UK. And we can't forget about Jason Sosa taking on Stephen Smith. And we got news and notes for you. We got Parker, Joseph Parker, that is, taking on Andy Ruiz. That fight is all but said and done. We have a venue, we have a country, and we have some exciting, if not laughable, quotes from Bob Arum. Speaking of things that make you laugh, the one, the only, Amir King Khan is back in the media. And as always...
But look, I'm ready. I mean, I'll take anyone.
And this time around, he's saying he wants Danny Garcia because he's tired of Danny Garcia trying to run from me. And I quote. So if this is something you're interested in, this is the type of boxing show you want to listen to, we want you to turn on that dial, press 1-425-569-5241 if you want to get it off your chest, you want to voice your opinion, you want to make your pick on this fight, call us up. You could add us on Skype, add Nestor Gibbs to call us absolutely free and internationally.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just a body punch? I was hitting him with body punch and I heard him actually he was crying there. You're saying that Big was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
So you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, I knew you were tough and you were taking those punches.
DPLC Productions.
Making women gestures like,
Let's go, champ.
It's the champ. You already know TBD, baby.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. I'm a team like he's a C-plus fighter.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice. We're going to head on over to the one, the only, our co-host, the good doctor himself. Boxing MD, what's going on, brother? I know you want to sit in on this. We're going to head on over to the Sunshine State. Boxing MD, what's going on?
Is that a fair statement to make? You have to be honest with yourself. Finally, the introduction. It's a long time waiting, but Danny Garcia is back, and only in America could somebody like Danny Garcia treat the sport that he fights in so disrespectfully and still have some fans to come out. Latin Goonies hat wearer Nestor Gibbs is one of those, so, you know.
Well, it's actually not a Latin Goonies hat. This is Angel, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely on Team Angel. But let's go to the other now, the Garden State.
What's up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I said fight too.
Stay focused, stay working my jab. Like Boxing Voice.
Because if he comes to fight, then I'm going to this part right now.
I said fight too.
I think you accurate.
That's right. Let's make boxing great again. Danny Garcia versus Samuel Vargas, only in America. That's right. That's right. Only in America. And let's not forget Jarrett Hurd is fighting Jojo Dan. So a lot of people putting marks on boxing Saturday night. Let's go. 425-569-5241. That's the phone number.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Remember to press 1 if you want to voice your opinion. Listen, let's not waste any time. Very little boxing for us to talk about. Definitely not the fights that we would want, but these are appetizers to the main course. Danny Garcia will be taking on Samuel Vargas, and there isn't much to preview into this fight. Samuel Vargas is a guy that was blown out in about 5 rounds by Earl Spence Jr., and Danny Garcia is supposed to be considered the creme de la creme of his division. Obviously, his critics and naysayers don't agree with those statements, so he's going out to make a statement. And Samuel Vargas is that, if anything. Danny hadn't fought since he won the vacant title versus Roberto Guerrero, and when interviewing him, he said he needed an in-between fight before a mega fight with Thurman. So Samuel Vargas is that. This represents Alexander Brand. This represents Isaac Chilemba. This represents Sullivan Barrera. This represents John Pascal. This represents a bridge, a necessary evil, to what I think is going to be a great fight in March. And even if it's not great, we get a definitive welterweight champion.
Yeah, I don't know where you were getting with that, but besides this weekend, I don't know much about either opponents except for Jojo Dan. So I'm interested in Danny Garcia's fight. I'm hoping he ends it real quick so he could pop the shit towards Earl Spence and go against Thurman and win, and then see who Jarrett Hurd is, who's all over into the internet right now for me, in my eyes. Luis Ortiz is there. I'm happy with that. Crawford is beefing back, so it's a casual attraction right now with those topics on hand for me.
Yeah, I mean, Danny Garcia is fighting a guy that, like, Ness, what can he do in the fight for you to be impressed?
Knock him out.
He's got to rod sockle this guy if he wants to be impressed.
But is that even impressive, though? That's the thing. Like, he is such. No, I disagree. I think that he could walk in there, knock him out in the first round, and it really means nothing.
Why not?
Because
that's your opinion.
Because Samuel Vargas is such a mismatch that Danny Garcia gets harder sparring, I think, than this guy. So, I think this guy proves nothing, and it's just a finite. Only in America could Danny Garcia fight a guy that shouldn't even be in the sparring session with him and make millions off of it, and we still buy it on Spike TV. Now he'll be in front of.
Leading, Your Honor, again, make millions. Do we know purses?
I mean, Angel Garcia claims that he's a millionaire, so it just adds to. In other words, like, we're the ones paying these guys, their bills with these bullshit fights, and considering how so? Considering it's such a mismatch, I already know the outcome. Why put it on TV? What's the point?
They put Alexander Brand versus
Andre
boy.
And I had the same opinion about that fight, right? The atmosphere in that arena wasn't it wasn't good for boxing, right? This is
that he didn't know where I was going. That's where I was going. Like, this is a necessary evil. It's something that has to take place in order to get us to, greener.
Well, this is not a fighter, right? This is the type of fight, such a mismatch that you need a knockout highlight when a fighter's being built, because he has that on his highlight film. You could use it to put him against his next opponent. But, like, we're done with this with Danny Garcia. Now, obviously, we're happy about the Keith Thurman fight, but I just does nothing for me.
So would you rather him go straight into the Keith Thurman fight?
Yes.
And he hadn't fought since March.
When's the last time Keith Thurman fought? June?
No.
All right, but that would be Keith Thurman's prerogative and or mistake if it ended up being that, for staying inactive so long and then going into a high-level fight.
Yeah, but I mean, what does this do? What exactly are you referring to about, like?
It gives the fighter activity instead of being out of the ring and rusty. When you get into the ring with the legitimate, 50-50 opponent, you want to at least be active. You want to have at least knock the rust off. You don't want to be inactive since April.
Ness, that sounds fair, right? But the fight is scheduled for March 4th, 2017. So June to March is what in months, where versus March to
June to March, it would be 9 months for.
All right, so March. When's Danny Garcia's last fight, right? March or February?
April, I believe.
April to this November is how many months?
April to November.
November, I'm sorry.
11th month, so 7.
I see. All right. Well, you know, I didn't think that was an inactive
If Danny,
year.
listen, my friend, you got to add more months. If Danny doesn't fight November, then you got to add the 7 plus December and the next 3, right?
Right.
So, you know,
I was thinking maybe it happened in November, the fight.
He doesn't want to be inactive. And I don't know. I mean, this is where we are as fucking boxing fans. That we got guys like Boxing MD, this fucking nitpicking because a dude doesn't want to be out of the ring for 12 months before he goes into a mega fight. Like, knock it off, man. Be appreciative that we're getting high-level 50-50 unifications for free. We got to pay for it next week.
So, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with paying for it next week because that's a fight that, you know, I value worth paying for.
But that fight already gave you its necessary evil. Don't act like it didn't get there through this.
Yeah, but that's, you know, it's a ridiculous thing you always bring up about brand because a lot of people, even Andre Ward fans, which I'm not, but even Andre Ward fans weren't really happy about that fight. You don't need to make it seem like this fight.
No one should be happy.
But Ness,
be happy about this. I'm just saying.
The point I'm trying to make is you don't need to pretend that this is good or this is anything positive. It is a bump. It is a negative thing before a fight that we all want to see. So I don't know. Like, I feel you. Like, you're a big fan, Danny Garcia fan. So you'll be really happy to see him knock somebody out, right? And I'll be watching the fight too. But as a boxing fan, it just, I don't know.
So you're watching the fight, but you're unsatisfied with the match.
Because nothing he could do in that. If he walks in there and knocks him out in the first round, is it really that impressive when this guy, like, have you seen him fight Enrique?
I don't know, Casual. Were you impressed with I don't know, Sergey Kovalev when he went in there and did 12 rounds with Chilemba? Wouldn't you much rather him knock them out in 1 round?
Yeah, I was bored, by the way. But, you know, if Danny Garcia makes it excitement by producing a knockout early or producing some new angles and some great-looking speed and defense, then, yeah, I'm going to be like, whoa, this boy is ready for Keith Thurman.
Yo, yeah, but wait, speed or defense doesn't mean shit because, like, you saw what Danny Garcia looked like against Rod Salka, right? He looked like a tank because the discrepancy between the skills and the size, even in that fight, was so substantial that, of course, Danny Garcia is going to look like a fucking, you know.
Did you hear what Paulie Malignaggi commentated about that, right? He said, regardless of how he looked against Rod Salka, he looks sharp, and that's what he's going to look like against.
Yeah, but Paulie's probably, you know, speaking kind of the PBC talking points with that.
Possibly, but I'm not going to interpret it that way. I'm going to interpret it, you know, boxer.
Casual. Yeah, from a casual perspective.
I guess we could say casual, but, you know. So how do you get impressed this Saturday?
That's just his mean street, Casual, because Paulie, why can't we say Paulie speaking from a perspective from a guy who's been in the ring and in the ring with Garcia.
Right. So what's the purpose?
Because I listen, like I understand how Paulie speaks and I know the things he says. He's usually a really honest guy, but, you know, to be honest, like, he does, you know, stand behind his company, the company that employs him. So he has a bias with that. And it's been, you know.
So how are you watching the fight this Saturday? Like, what are you interested in?
I'm not going to say.
You want to gauge him, right?
I'm not going to.
He knocks him out. You want something. There's something you got to be watching.
I'm not going to say what I might be watching instead, but, you know, it's just not. It does not. Ness, how many people are going to be watching this fight when you know all the casual fans are watching UFC 205?
I don't know about that, but go ahead.
No, don't. Let's not pretend. No.
We don't know anything about
before you repress these facts, right?
I'm sorry.
Before you repress these facts,
I'm sure there's a percentage, but I'm not going to say it's all.
There will be a small percentage of people of hardcore boxing fans who don't watch UFC, right, or don't watch MMA, just because
UFC, which, like, I always say, fried chicken.
Anyway, Wait, no. Stop for a second. Stop. Let me get my point off and then move on. I won't mention UFC again. I'm saying that there's a huge UFC, the biggest one that's been maybe in history, right? Just as far as media, whatever. Nobody's watching this fight. So they're kind of hiding this on a Spike TV fight. What the fuck does this fight do, Ness? Why is this fight on TV? That's just answer that question. Why is it on TV? Not for Danny Garcia's,
Moment of truth, MD. Are you going to watch the fight on DVR, live, or whenever? Will you catch the fight to catch up, to have something to say about Danny Garcia facing Keith Thurman?
I will watch the fight on DVR.
To say something, to gauge how he looks against Keith Thurman, yes?
No, because, I watch all mega big boxing fights, right? And Danny Garcia is a big boxer, so I'll watch all of his fights as long as he's near the top of the game. Like, I have to watch him and analyze him fighting. But I could just foresee him doing nothing that will change my mind about how he is as a boxer, because Samuel Vargas is so mismatched or so overmatched.
Would you judge him based off of his victory versus Errol Spence's victory?
Errol Spence looked phenomenal in that fight, and he looked like 10 levels above. And that was also Errol Spence's 11th fight. So,
but you're saying, are you one of those guys who say Errol Spence is the 147 king?
No, I think Errol Spence is a very dangerous contender that could possibly beat any of those guys. I wouldn't favor him against everybody at 147, but I definitely favor him over Danny Garcia right now.
Oh, because he has Algeria on his resume and Sammy Vargas. And who else? I'm just Bundu.
No, I think that Algeria has. I think Errol Spence is considering Danny Garcia still hasn't fought a true 147 pounder. Errol Spence has done much more at the welterweight division for me to favor him in that fight. He's looked more impressive at the welterweight division. Danny Garcia is this Danny Garcia's first welterweight? So at least I'll
second or third.
No, I think it's actually his first. So
first. All right. Well, so then there you go. I'm just asking because I'm gonna watch the fight, and I'm expecting
him, Enrique.
I'm expecting a big win.
Why do you entertain MD? He's just over there spewing lies.
What's a lie about that? Because Robert Guerrero fought at welterweight before, but he obviously started his career at a much smaller weight. I'm talking about a true welterweight, a guy whose frame is, similar to all those other guys at 147, right?
Right.
Well, speaking
everybody listening, call in 425-569-5241. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Why are you watching the Danny Garcia fight this weekend?
I know. Where are those thumbs up? They're significantly missing.
Right.
Listen, Terrence Crawford watched my interview. Isn't that nice? The old Bud Crawford seen my interview with Angel Garcia, and it made a bit of a headlines through the boxing world because Terrence Crawford took it upon himself to respond to Angel Garcia. Now, I'm not gonna play it. You guys are gonna have to go to the YouTube channel, check it out with Angel, and then you can obviously check out Terrence's response. I'll try and find actually Terrence's response, but definitely head on over to the Boxing Voice YouTube to check out my interview with Angel, which caused Terrence Crawford to call Angel Garcia all types of names. Not to say that Angel didn't already do that in my interview, but Casual, what was your thoughts when you seen this back and forth verbal war that they're having?
Well, he basically said, Angel Garcia, say no to drugs. He didn't say, yo, after your son fights and is ready for me, put the gloves on, we can talk in the ring. There was no boxing talk. It was just say no to drugs. I actually have the clip if you want me to play it, but if not,
play it.
Right, let's here it goes.
Get on the topic that I just stumbled across with Angel Garcia, man. Is Angel the drunk, Angel the dope head, Angel the meth head Garcia. Man, what's wrong with this guy, man? This guy is full of drugs. That's what he is, full of drugs. How you gonna talk about me and John Molina, but you go out there and fight a fighter that's worse than John Molina? That don't even add up. The guy is ranked 42 in the division. What is that? Like, come on, man. And then you got the nerves to say something about me fighting John Molina. You should have took the fight with John Molina. That would have been better than the fight that you take it now. Then you said me and Gamboa fought at 140. you smoking some real good dope over there, boy. Cause you sure was sweating in that video. Stop it. Say no to drugs, bro.
Yo, I would say one thing. I would easily make that mistake that Gamboa and Terrence Crawford fought at 140. So it might have been a fumble.
Yeah,
That's-
but
I think that's what Ness calls nitpicking.
it is nitpicking, and all I like is that
That nigga. Is this the illest nigga in Nebraska? Is you bout it, fool?
my boy Terrence Crawford wastes absolutely no time responding. But like Enrique, I'm sad. I would have liked them to, say, yo, let's stop talking about each other opponents. Let's become each other's foes. Let's fight each other. Let's make a fight.
Yeah, but couldn't he, like, I like what he said, like, kind of, like, it wasn't, I mean, actually, I didn't like what he said. I like his demeanor in the sense that he seems to be, responding, but he could put a little more energy level on that. Like, I was falling. Did you not, like, when you hear him talk, even if it's interesting, you get tired, man.
I seen the comments on his Instagram where he first posted it, and there's a lot of he has a lot of supporters, but
yeah, because you're going to go to his Instagram page and you're going to support him because you follow him. I get it, but like,
my point is not that. My point is Angel isn't lying though. It's not like we didn't discuss this very same topic before the last Crawford fight with Postal, where we said that was basically his first natural 140 pounder. Everyone else he moved up from another division.
But Crawford is also right when he says that he should have fought Molina right now, because some people might have been more critical of that fight, but wouldn't it be a lot better for us to take in a John Molina, then a Keith Thurman fight, than Vargas versus Danny Garcia, then a Thurman fight?
I'm pretty sure, Enrique, it would have been damned if you do, damned if you don't.
No, it's not. That's bullshit.
Finish my sentence, because if Danny Garcia takes on John Molina, who's a 140 pounder, people like MD would say, oh, he's fighting Molina, a junior welter. Why he's bringing him up? There's plenty of welterweights, yo.
I was going to start to say that was the beginning of the wave, was when John Molina's name came up, like, oh, he's going to fight John Molina. No, the cherry started. But then what would be an equation, right? If, let's just say hypothetically, because that's what boxing fans do, if John, he's a believer, John Molina were to beat Danny Garcia, I'm just saying, no backlash. If that were to happen, then what would happen to a Keith Thurman bout? You would want to see John Molina versus Keith Thurman?
No, that's the infamous.
Yo, if he would lose to John Molina, then he doesn't even deserve to fight Keith Thurman. Real talk.
Which MD is absolutely right. But in the eyes of the promoters, the people that are paying money and building these guys, they would rather him fight a Samuel Vargas instead of a fight with John Molina that they probably know he'll beat, but he can get scraped up, get a cut that doesn't allow the Thurman fight to happen. Please, man.
Yeah, so why fucking fight then?
It's a big value to.
No, my friend, to not be inactive. Listen,
yo, I'm sorry, Ness. I don't watch. Listen, no. I need to make a point.
Check Leonard's resume. You're gonna tell me these guys didn't fight people you didn't know of in between big fights?
I don't turn on to boxing, right? I don't enjoy the sport of boxing when one guy is in there to quote not get a scrape. I mean, that's bullshit, Ness. Like, how is that entertaining to you? Because you see, like, I could go online and watch sparring sessions and him hit a heavy bag. That's no different than this fight.
Listen, man.
I'm sorry.
I don't know, man. You want to be overly critical. All good. Really is. It really is. But, normal boxing fans know that a legitimate fighter wants to be active before going into a big fight. The only guy that we know that has done something untraditional like that is Mayweather, where he has taken those long pauses in between, but those fights have always been fights that he's come back and basically set up, like Marquez coming up 2 weights to face him, right? So these things happen, is all I'm saying. But again, let's stick to the topic. Crawford, I'm really appreciating that one, he's keeping his ear to the street. 2, he is quick on the gun in reacting. I like Enrique would like to see him just start maybe lobbying mentioning, indicating, insinuating about an actual fight and not just, you know, high school schoolyard words.
Yeah, let's remember too, he's the guy that, you know, when Max Kellerman asked him about Manny Pacquiao, responded, "It's whatever."
Yeah.
So not saying much. Maybe that's just his personality. Maybe he's not the guy to like directly say, "Yo, let's do this. Let's do gloves." You know, Bob Arum has to get in his ear or someone.
And he is quick with the gun, but he has to take the silencer off the gun.
He has to take the silencer off.
That's
yeah. He's
that is not. He has to put more energy in those. Look at Keith. He should just watch Keith Thurman and at least like get like halfway there with the energy, just halfway. He doesn't need to be all in, but you know, you have to be a star if you're going to be a star. And he just, you know, I hope I love him in the ring. He's a great potential, but I hope to see that, you know, transition over to, you know, him being the face of boxing in the future.
And for all those saying that he's already called out Danny Garcia, listen, Terrence Crawford is a contractual. Say that word for me.
Contractual.
Contractually obligated HBO fighter. So
what does that mean?
Just like there's headlines in the news today about Daniel Jacobs and Gennady Golovkin still being in heavy negotiations, and that fight needs and has to happen on HBO. If Danny were to fight Crawford, it needs and has to happen on HBO because Crawford's affiliation. So the offer has to come from Team Crawford / HBO. Speaking of offers, this Amir Khan, MD, what was your first thoughts when you heard this article that I sent you about Amir Khan? He's saying that the Kell Brook fight is a big fight and a fight that the fans want, but, you know, he's got to get that Danny Garcia fight because Danny has been running from him is what he's saying.
I mean, I really don't know any boxer on earth that's not running from Amir Khan. Everybody's the greats, man. All the greats. We had Floyd Mayweather running from him. Then we had Manny Pacquiao running from him. So obviously Danny Garcia is running from him, right?
Yeah, I mean,
it's
the speed. They're all afraid of his speed.
Yeah, his speed and his chin, like they're both supreme.
Can I say something? Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm thinking Amir Khan. He just wants to, you know, avenge his. Am I quiet all around, please? Crickets and stuff. Yeah, Amir Khan is, you know, he just wants to avenge his defeat. You know, he lost, and Danny Garcia became famous. So I just think he's just talking, man. He's doing what we are asking Bud Crawford to do, you know, say who you want to fight.
Enrique, does he deserve it though?
No, he came off a loss.
But to be honest, I would rather him get a fight with Danny than see him get a fight with fucking Pacquiao based off a knockout loss to
No, you're right.
Canelo.
He should fight a Samuel Vargas and then come back.
Not even Danny, because for him to get a fight with Danny, he would have to skip Thurman.
Yeah, I mean, the purpose of for Amir Khan, you know, we say like, what is the purpose of, you know, Danny Garcia's fight against Vargas? And I'm not saying I'd be happy with Khan fighting Vargas. I wouldn't. Obviously, that'd be a better opponent. But like, when you come off that devastating knockout loss, we don't know what you're going to be like after. So you have to get in the ring and prove, I guess, to the fans and to the boxing, you know, world that you at least still have it. So I don't think that he should be taking a big fight next.
He's all business. He's all business. And to be honest with you, it is Floyd, Pacquiao, Canelo, and then Khan.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of popularity, yeah, Khan
popularity and money.
Khan is there, like.
So he has that leverage.
It's shocking to me that Danny didn't go the Khan route instead of the Thurman route. Like,
what was the Khan route?
A rematch with Khan.
I see. Go against Khan. Yeah,
especially with Khan doing a pay-per-view. But I guess I mean, the damn right truth is Khan needs a win. We can't be talking about Khan in these high-level fights without him having a win.
But Ness, over here, right? Which it would be big. Maybe it would be big for Khan, or maybe bigger financially for Khan if it was over there. But the fight's going to happen here in America, right? 100%. Danny Garcia is not going to go to England to fight a Khan.
Well,
so
I mean, if Danny wants to make real money, he needs to go over there, because the fight over there is not going to do anything.
You really think that Danny Garcia would go to the UK to fight Amir Khan, considering the fact that he knocked him out?
Probably not, but depending on the amount. I mean, look, guys are opening their eyes now. You know, the Charles Martins, the Gennady Golovkins of the world,
right,
are going across the pond, and they're getting these nice fat checks, and you know they're not afraid anymore. Carl Fred going from over there to over here. I mean, people are not afraid anymore.
Listen, I hear that, but I just don't see it happening. So, considering, like I said, the fight's going to be over here, I don't really know if Amir Khan over here would be that much bigger of a fight coming off a knockout loss than that. Like, obviously, people international will be watching, but if it's a pay-per-view fight or wherever it's going to be, you know, I couldn't see it being pay-per-view. I mean, did you not see Amir Khan's viewership numbers when he fought Chris Algieri? He's not as big.
He did $1 million. What are you talking about? On Spike, he did over $1 million. And his pay-per-view
on Spike TV though, Ness, is that good for the other Spike cards? I don't know. I mean, how many did Adonis Stevenson get?
Oh my God, this guy with his overcritical shit. And I think he did like 600,000 with Canelo on pay-per-view.
Yeah, and did you also remember how many people were at his fight against Chris Algieri?
I don't know.
Like, it was not he doesn't draw over here. Amir Khan is.
MD is taking it full advantage that the producer is still at work. I mean, he's asking questions that we don't have. I wish the producer was here, because do you know how many he drew for that fight?
I'm going to be producer right now and look it up.
Yeah, but Ness, would you say that Amir Khan could headline a card in America versus a no-name fighter and sell at a large arena?
Not versus a no-name fighter, but versus Danny Garcia. Yes.
Yeah, because Danny Garcia would be the draw in that. But
that's who we're talking about. We're talking about Danny.
Yeah, but I'm saying that I don't think it's going to be that. I think the Danny Garcia Keith Thurman fight is almost as big, if not bigger, than the Amir Khan Danny Garcia fight, and it's also in-house. Like, I don't know the contractual terms that Amir Khan has with Eddie Hearn and PBC. So.
I don't think so, MD. You're gonna tell me that the Keith Thurman fight, who no one knows in the UK,
message.
What up?
813,000 views on Fox Sport.
How many?
813,000 views on Spot. It's the rating for Amir Khan versus Chris Algieri
on Fox Sports. I thought it was on Spike.
FS1.
So who did he fight on Spike?
I'm so sorry. That is not. That's the wrong channel. It's Spike. I'm looking at something else.
Make sure you got them numbers right, man.
Condit versus Alves draws 813 on Spike, and Khan Algieri
$1 million over. It's like
draw $1 million, average $1 million on Spike.
Booyah! Shotgun going through ya. MD.
Don't let him fool ya.
You said 830, but it doesn't matter though.
No. He made a mistake. He just
when 813 is Condit. Condit. I don't know who that is. Condit versus Alves draws 813 on FS1.
That's MMA.
That's MMA, which you said you will be watching on Saturday.
What the hell are you guys doing today with this shit? All this
versus Algieri. I'm just comparing the numbers, bro.
You know, Ness is like one of those like big horses, you know, that have the blinders on, and here's MMA and here's MMA, and he just, like, the second it comes in, he can't see it.
But I understand. I only know one dude, and I never saw him fight, and it's Conor McGregor, and that's because of Instagram.
Yeah. But like
Floyd, actually, because of Floyd, he called out Floyd. He's like, oh, who's that guy? Boom. All right, now he's all over.
Yeah, but the thing I'm saying is, one second, it's not the fact that we're talking about it. It's just when they put two fights against each other, like, you know, two networks against each other, you know, HBO and a PBC card at once, we talk about, you know, it drawing from the other one. But this will draw from the Spike card. That's all I'm saying for the Danny Garcia card.
Luis Ortiz, ladies and gentlemen, what's up with him?
Listen, no. We can't move on. We forgot to speak a little bit more about Jarrett Hurd. I mean,
Jarrett Hurd.
Enrique did mention that Jared Hurd will be fighting Jojo Dan, but I just want to make it clear to all my recent casual in transition to hardcore fans since you found the show. Jojo Dan is a career welterweight. Jared Hurd is a career junior middleweight, which is 154 pounds. So he's a bigger guy. So he is supposed to get a knockout. I'm pretty sure. And he's been getting heavy promotion. Under Armour has sponsored him. You know, he signed a Heyman. They've been doing a lot of things locally in the DMV area. That's DC, Maryland, Baltimore, Virginia, all that stuff. So, you know, his nickname is Swift, just like Danny Swift. He's on the undercard of Danny Swift. And also, we cannot forget that Omar Douglas is going to be taking on Javier Fortuna on this Danny card. You know, yeah, this Danny fight isn't good, but Omar Douglas versus Javier Fortuna is a good fight. So what I'll do is tell you, Omar Douglas is like Jesse Magdaleno, right? Like a prospect who is good. He's been doing good versus the people he's supposed to be. Now, I'll be honest. That is, I think, the same division, right? It was 130. They both 130, or is it 126? Double check that. But because if it is, then he's not getting the wins like in knockout fashion, like
26. I think that's 26.
Okay, different division. Okay, different division. But you know, he is getting the wins. This will be his step up. Now, Javier Fortuna, he's coming off of the knockout loss to Jason Sosa, who we will be talking about a little bit in the later on in the show. He's over in the UK. So Javier Fortuna got to win in the Dominican Republic, and he's automatically back in the driver's seat trying to rebuild. But he's got to go through the undefeated Super O Omar Douglas. This is a kid we've been checking out for some time now. His father listens to the show and everything, and they're from the Delaware area. They get sparring over there with all the good Philadelphia fighters. They cross that bridge. This kid is schooled. You watch him on the YouTube channel. We got videos of him, both interviews and workout footage. He's 100% muscle. He's like a Timothy Bradley. I'm gonna keep it G. He cut them dreads. He might can make 100. What you said? 126. He fucking around could get at 122. He cut them dreads. Easy. Be over there fighting. Who just won at 122? Who's a big fight at 122? That was Magdaleno, right? Magdaleno just won at 122. Rigondeaux's at 122. Scott Quiggs at 122. So, I mean, but look, now we're dreaming. The point is he's at 126.
I looked them up. I looked up Javier Fortuna and Omar Douglas. Omar Douglas has only fought American fighters, whereas Fortuna, he's fought like Dominican fighters, Russian fighters, Mexican fighters. It just keeps going on and on. So
Enrique, Javier Fortuna is definitely the more experienced fighter. Let me give you some backstory.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, give us some refreshment.
All right, well, cool. He used to be signed to Sergio La Maravilla Martinez. Last we seen him losing to Miguel Cotto, but that was his fighter. It was a co-promotion deal with Samson Lewickovich, the same guy that found and brought Manny Pacquiao here to the States. So he has that Sergio Martinez style because he was also trained by Pablo Sagramento, the same trainer as Sergio Martinez out there in Oxnard, California for quite some time. He was over there for a few years. And then he transitioned over to Boston, Massachusetts. Shout out to Boston, baby, recreational. 5 hours away. Who want to make a trip to Beeb's hometown? So, yeah. And he's in training over there.
You don't want to get ethered.
No, I know, right? No, we're gonna light up some ether. So, he's living in Massachusetts while he trains, and then he goes back to the Dominican Republic. But listen, I watched everything about Javier Fortuna. He's Dominican. He's somebody that I love. He has a lot of power, but he is vulnerable, and the chin is a bit suspect. He suffered his well, he didn't suffer actually. He knocked out Yandel Evans a long time ago on ESPN, and that's what kind of made him arrive. But he's always been a bit chinny, and Sosa put him smooth out, man, unfortunately, man. So Javier Fortuna building, but Omar, you know, he's just he feels it's his time. Enrique, can you like relate, or do you think that the experience of Javier Fortuna, like you said, international experience, plus he's been in, you know, elite level camps. Not to say that Omar Douglas hasn't, because he's even trained with the likes of Danny Garcia, sparred with him and all, Jason Sosa, all those guys, everybody in that Philadelphia area.
I would tell you like this, like the way I look at fights, man. The dude has 30 fights, and I'm talking about Javier Fortuna, where Omar has 17 with 0 losses, and this is a hard one to choose from. Off the back, just how you spoke about Omar, I will probably pick Omar. You know what I'm saying? But I would say it's going to be a hell of a fight for Omar because of the 30 fights of experience that Fortuna has, and Fortuna probably has the advantage. So I don't know who to pick. It's actually probably going to be a good fight. That's interesting to watch.
Now, the only blemishes on Javier Fortuna's record are to Luis Franco. Luis Franco is another like 350 plus amateur background. Now, he never was as good as the other big name Cubans like Gamboa and Rigondeaux and the Lauras, but he came from that same crop. He just never made it. A lot of, you know, definitely plagued with a lot of inactivities and problems with promoters, like most of these Cubans. You know, Laura got lucky and Bartholomew got lucky, but you see Rigo, you know, he didn't get too lucky, even though he was signed with Top Rank at the beginning of his career. The point is, Fortuna has been in there with the likes of like Cristobal Cruz, Yandel Evans, Patrick Hyland, again, Jason Sosa, even though Sosa knocked him out. Brian Vasquez was a great fight. Fortuna has that experience, but he's chinny. Chinny.
There you go. That makes me think now that Omar might knock him out.
Yeah, but can Omar punch?
But Omar hasn't punched on this level, so can he knock out a guy on this level?
It may be a blind fight then.
No, well, like to be honest, I actually see, and you know, I'm glad that he seems like a nice guy, you know, but I actually see Omar Douglas getting knocked out in this fight. Actually knocked out pretty brutally, because what I've seen of Omar Douglas is I'm not sold on him with his lack of power, his hand speed. He gets hit a lot. And Javier Fortuna is like not a step up. It's like a fucking leap up, because he hasn't fought anybody. And even in his fights that I've seen him fight, doesn't look that good, right? So I don't know. I see. You
don't think that Douglas has looked good in the fights that he's fought?
No, not good.
Because the Santos.
I don't know.
Good.
Yeah, it was the Santos fight. He looked okay. Bro, he's beating. He wasn't the Santos fight. He was on TV against. It had to be.
The last 3 have been on TV.
It's the fight against Frank Del Alba. Frank Del Alba. I know you don't know who he is, right?
I know it happened. It happened in somewhere in PA. I remember, but
yeah,
I didn't see that one.
That was a fight that a lot of people thought he lost, right? And Javier Fortuna has shown to be chinny against Jason Sosa, who, you know, obviously he lost.
Not just Jason Sosa, Yandel.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying obviously he lost to Walters, right? How long ago was that other fight? But I'm saying he lost to Walters, but you know, what the fuck would what's his name? How would Omar Douglas look? 1 second. How would Omar Douglas look against? Go ahead, Ness.
No. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, like, how would Omar Douglas look against Walters? Like, he would get smashed out. I mean, he's not at this. I don't see him at the elite level. You know, I don't know who was it? Who did what was it? The Alex who did the On Demand show, right? We talk all the time about like elite levels and skills, and I just don't think Omar Douglas has it, right? So I don't know what else to say about that. This is his opportunity. I just don't see it happening. He doesn't have the punching power to beat a chinny fighter who's more skilled.
You got to take into consideration that like Magdaleno, his resume didn't have anyone to speak of to give us the indication that he could beat
the eye test, though.
Pound for pound.
Apply the eye test then.
Okay. And that's what we're doing in the Douglas fight. I think Douglas is very compact, and I do think he's strong.
So pick him.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. You know, Fortuna has only lost to one guy, you know. But that's something for you to mull over. The guy that he lost to only had 3 amateur fights. You know, he's learning on the job. So it's about chin with Fortuna. And I seen, oh man, he's looking good, bro. Now he could just be genetically like that and always look good. He's gonna have to prove it though. There's no denying that. Listen, MD, you're right. Fortuna is a 30-plus fight veteran with not only, you know, championship level fights. He's a former world champion, but he's got that pedigree, you know, from fighting internationally, like Casual mentioned, and then soaking in, man, being in all those different camps. So it's definitely Douglas's coming out party if he can get the win, man. It's going to be interesting to see how our listeners pick that. Even if, do they even pick that, man? Are they even, are these guys on their radar? I mean, you guys should all know Javier Fortuna. So all you, you know, great prediction makers, I'd love to see your picks once we open up these phone lines. Remember, that number is 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 only one time when you want to talk. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button.
You sure know.
Rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Ness,
you really show no loyalty to your Dominican brethren. So disrespectful.
I mean, MD, what could I say other than
I am a real American, fight for the rights of every man.
You know what I mean? Tell Fortuna step it up if he wants some love.
Question.
You know what I mean? Yo, first things first, like, you talking about I should be back in Fortuna. Well, then, like, he's supposed to have knocked out Jason Sosa. Like, that's like that's like
yeah, but you know, you went to train, you saw Jason Sosa train, right? And like, he's, you know, he's not a bad fighter, so it's not so far-fetched for someone like Jason Sosa to knock him out, just because maybe, like, would you pick Jason Sosa to knock out Omar Douglas? I think I would too.
Wow,
based on what I've seen of Omar Douglas.
You don't think anything at all of Douglas?
No,
Poor
I'm
Douglas.
not. I'm not big on Omar Douglas.
All right, well, let's see what happens Saturday night. I will be in Philadelphia. For all my TBV listeners, let's meet up. We're going to be deep out there in Philly. Mayweather's going to be in the building. There's an after party. Danny and Mayweather hosting. So you already know.
Hey, speaking about party.
Speaking about party, we throwing our own party on the eve of Andre Ward Kovalev. We're going to be having the West Coast TBV Appreciation Night. We're going to be giving out caller awards, listener awards. We will be presenting our special invited guests like Virgil Hunter.
Like Peter Quillen Chocolate, Kid Chocolate, that is.
He always mashing that up. Like Caleb Plant.
Like Mario Barrios.
And like
Mario
Mr.
Yeah.
Mr. 40% himself.
So Kid, sponsored by the WBC. And how do you say the walk in Spanish?
The walk in Spanish.
Yeah,
Yo,
the walk.
El Camino.
El Camino.
Yo, is Rozier and Virgil Hunter, like, are they? I could see them being like friends, right? Are they sharing a hotel room? Like, you know.
I would.
What is MD always talking about? This guy with his, he's asking us about guys sharing hotel rooms. What's up with you, Holmes?
No, I'm just like they could be like two. You know, they're from the old school, so I guess I don't know. I'm just saying.
Who are you even? What are you even talking about over there, buddy? We didn't even finish the guest list. So Andre Rozier is coming in. You know who else is coming over there? Don't forget Martin Barrios, the father of Mario Barrios, right? Also, food and drinks will be included. We're giving away, well, we're actually auctioning 2 WBC belts and we are having unifications. Casual's going to be on camera.
Okay, we might do that mannequin shit, like
giving up them titles. That's right. We might get a little mannequin challenge in where everybody that shows up to the TBV appreciation party. Tickets are finally starting to move. We appreciate everybody who's been coming out and definitely ordering those tickets. Definitely head on over to ThaBoxingvoice.com, and at the top you can get that. So let's talk a little bit more boxing now. Luis Ortiz recently made a power move. We spoke about him a couple months ago or a few weeks ago about said power move, and we were ready to see what was going on. And Matchroom has already gotten him in this fight with Malik Scott, which is a pretty significant fight when you think about the landscape of boxing and who is politically tied to who. I'm not going to complain because I'm the same guy that didn't complain when Tony Thompson fought Malik Scott on PBC. That being said, I'm going to use this as a barometer fight to show me where Luis Ortiz is at with a boxer, because Malik Scott is that. He's a good boxer, but we did see Malik Scott take some pressure from Derek Chisora and not necessarily like it and mentally check out, because he could have stood up before that 9 count, regardless if that UK referee counted him out at 9 instead of 10. That being said, when Malik Scott is on his A game, everyone that's used him in sparring that is a heavyweight has said that he is a phenomenal boxer. A lot of people use him. He's been in there with Vladimir Klitschko, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, both, as a sparring partner and in actual fights. So for Ortiz, who was the odd heavyweight out, MD and Casual, I think this is a pretty good opponent. And now with this promoter who is actually promoting him, I think it's a good thing for Ortiz. I can't wait to finally see this fight. It is going to take place, I believe, at
Monte Carlo,
4 o'clock on HBO Saturday. 4 o'clock HBO Saturday, Eastern time.
Yeah, and HBO is smart that they're not having boxing competing with the UFC 205. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting how weak the heavyweight division is how top heavy it is, that Luis Ortiz, who I definitely think is a good fighter and it's dangerous, is fighting Tony Thompson, and then he's fighting Malik Scott back to back, who just fought, right? And you could see that those guys are not near the top of the heavyweight division. So it's obviously he's brought in there for him to get knocked out and for him to look good. And it's his first fight with a new promoter. They're obviously, Eddie Hearn is going to take that highlight reel. Is he there for anything else but a highlight reel that Eddie Hearn's going to use to put on TV?
You mean Ortiz versus Malik Scott?
Yes. It's the first fight in which
he thought everything was for the highlight reel. Everything you do is your highlight reel. So all Luis Ortiz has in my eyes is the Brian Jennings wins where he knocked him out. TKO'd him, and all he has is KO after TKO after KO after TKO, which makes him an attraction. So his highlight reel is built. I don't think many people know who Malik Scott is. I don't. I know his name from the Boxing Voice, and I just want to see somebody like Luis Ortiz go over to the UK and fight one of those name brands like the Anthony Joshua or Fury or Klitschko.
You was higher than a motherfucker.
I might be high as a motherfucker, but that's all I know. But he's a knockout guy, and I'm Team Luis Ortiz.
Ain't no way Luis Ortiz going over there to fight Fury, Joshua, and Vladimir Klitschko.
What's wrong? I didn't say back to back to back. I'm just saying possibility. Eddie Hearns is the man who says something, and he points to the east, and 2 people get shot in the east.
Wow.
No, to be honest, I guess besides Wilder, who I have to put ahead, maybe, I don't know how they look if they fought each other, but besides Wilder, if Anthony Joshua somehow beat Luis Ortiz, you would have to change your opinion about him. At least I would change my opinion about him, proving the fact, he'd be proven if he beat him. But it's a really weird thing what Eddie Hearn did and signed Luis Ortiz. So why? I really think that they signed him to keep him away. They signed him to keep him away from Anthony Joshua.
Moving pick, Daddy. That's a moving pick right there.
So he is a threat. So are you
Yes,
Luis
he's a very,
Ortiz fan?
yeah, I'm a fan of him.
Okay, so you are a believer. So Miami Dolphins, right? That's where you live.
I live in the state of Florida, but I live
right.
closer to Orlando.
So the Gators, Florida Gators.
That's yep.
Yep.
Go
So
ahead.
you a fan of them? Are you
Alumni.
Are you that big of a fan of Luis Ortiz?
I mean, I believe, yeah, I'm a big fan of Luis Ortiz. I think he is definitely in the top three most. I think I rate him in the top 3 or 4 heavyweights in the world.
I agree with you. I think he's top 5.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think that's why Eddie Hearn signed him.
Yep.
He can match him to anyone because he is a heavyweight. He has a heavyweight.
Eddie Hearn is going to push him more than he's going to push Joshua because he'll use that heavyweight as a heat-seeking missile to knock out all the bigger heavyweights.
Or he could get knocked out and during the the journey in which he does that. I just think that it was a smart strategic move to pick up Luis Ortiz. That probably the amount of money Eddie Hearn is making from Anthony Joshua, he's going to do everything it takes to continue to make money off of him. So I just, it's a really weird move. And I could just, like I said, he's going to control one of the most dangerous fighters in the world at the heavyweight division, which is Luis Ortiz.
So Luis Ortiz fights Malik Scott this Saturday on HBO at 4 p.m. And Malik Scott's story is that he fought who? Tony Thompson?
Deontay Wilder, Tony Thompson, Derek Chisora, bunch of guys. Malik Scott's been in there with a lot of guys. This is not a bad fight. Again,
what's his style? What's his style of fighting?
The haters hated Scott a fight ago because it was a PBC fight. Now that this is not a PBC fight, Scott is okay, which he always has been okay. He's defeated Alex Leopold. You know, he got knocked out really quick with Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, he's most famously known for a phantom punch and a wink in the eyes of some fans. Not saying me, but in the eyes of some fans.
Okay, I mean, you know.
Did you not, like, casual, do you remember that fight when he fought Wilder?
2-piece knockout.
No, I don't actually.
It was a 1.5 piece knockout.
No biscuit.
Now, you know, Malik Scott, I believe he had some sort of he took some time off about 5, maybe 7 years ago. He had some time off.
Yeah, he found Jesus.
And then he came back. And like I said, you know, he's definitely one of those guys that people speak highly about in the gyms for the training camps that he's been in. Sometimes, though, those things end up turning into sparring partner mentalities. But at the end of the day, he's 38 wins, 2 losses, 13 KOs, 1 draw. His losses to Deontay Wilder, who's the WBC current heavyweight champion. Derek Chisora, who people on this show argue with me all the time that he's somehow credible. And he has a draw to Glaskov, who broke the knee versus Martin. And that's it. So, you know, Luis Ortiz knocks this guy out. He makes a statement, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I was actually, I totally forgot that I was at his last fight against Tony Thompson in Orlando, right? And it was on a PBC fight. I don't know what network that was on. Maybe it was on Spike, but
Bounce, I believe it was.
Bounce TV. And, you know, in front of like 2,000 people. Not, maybe 2,000 is a exaggeration. It's less. But what I saw in there were 2 old, unathletic heavyweights. It was not that entertaining of a fight. And obviously, you know, Malik Scott won that fight, but Tony Thompson, he looked terrible. He looked fat. He looked out of shape. He looked unmotivated. And Malik Scott didn't even take advantage in a great fashion to beat him. It was a wide, I guess, a wide win. But it's, I don't know. He's going to get knocked out really brutally. Really brutally.
Oh, listen, if they looked old the last time you seen him, well, then it's Luis Ortiz's job to catch up to this guy quick and knock him out. But, you know, Malik Scott is going to make it difficult. He's a boxer. Speaking of heavyweights, let's transition. Actually, no, we can't move on that quick because Jason Sosa is also on this Luis Ortiz card, and he's going to be taking on Stephen Smith, one of the Smith brothers, Paul Smith, Liam Smith, Stephen Smith. Stephen Smith, once I get to his box rec, I will confirm, but he has lost to Pedraza and I believe Lee Selsby, which are both two good guys, you know, good fighters.
He got slept versus Selsby. That wasn't like a TKO. Selsby literally slept him on the canvas.
All right, well, there you go. So Jason Sosa, again, in a barometer fight. We could only try to use this fight as a gauge to see where Sosa at, moving after that draw, which many had as a loss for himself. So he was gifted a draw, you know. Let's see if he capitalizes on that. He was able to keep his title. He also did not have to face his mandatory for the internal WBA merger of consolidation of titles. So Jason Sosa, hopefully he can capitalize on all that good fortune that he's been having. Any of you guys?
Stop my. Yeah, that's a little bit hardcore for me. So yeah, that's you, MD.
No, it's good that he obviously. I thought he lost that fight against Nicholas Walters. He clearly lost that fight, in my opinion. But I think I'm favoring him versus Steve Smith because Jason Sosa proved in that fight that he's able to at least withstand and show at least a grit and toughness to go 12 rounds with Nicholas Walters and show some things that he had a little bit of boxing skill. He had a good right hand that landed. And I think that's enough to win a points victory against Smith. I haven't seen that many of his fights. Obviously I saw the Lee Selsby fight and I know how that ended. And I'm pretty sure someone else stopped him. I forgot who. Unless you probably have box rec open right now. Who stopped Steve Smith? Pedraza, right?
No, Pedraza got a unanimous decision, and he was stopped, like I told you, by Selby.
Message. We in the house. Can we play that intro?
Wait, let him get ready, player. So yeah, I'm interested in this fight. I went back. Shout out to Tiger Stream. Listen, I've been getting a lot of you guys asking me about Tiger Stream and, you know, how you can get one and stuff like that. I'm going to do an official review on it and put out a video because I've been using it now for a few weeks. And, man, I'm able to get all those good UK fights. Like, you know, I went back and Box Nation is always playing fights. And I went back anyway and watched this Stephen Smith versus Daniel Edward Brauzio, right? This dude, Brauzio or something like that, is something like a Argentine or something. Stephen Smith is an active fighter, throws a lot of punches. I wouldn't call him the biggest puncher in the world, but he does have a 54% KO ratio. I'm expecting Sosa, though, to do what he needs to do now that he's been getting this mainstream exposure. Hopefully he can go across to Monaco and capitalize on that opportunity there. Hopefully fight fans can tune in and watch this and he gets some attention. But I'm interested in this fight. I really, really am. Can't wait to see what happens and how well both Luis Ortiz and Jason Sosa do in this one. So, since you guys have nothing to say about that, let's wrap it up with this Joseph Parker and Andy Ruiz news. And the fact that Bob Arum, man. Bob Arum, if it isn't Amir Khan making me laugh, it's Bob Arum making me laugh. Bob Arum is saying that the winner of Parker Ruiz, right? Remember that we talked about Ruiz a couple of weeks ago when he was first being rumored to be facing Parker and how he hadn't faced anyone yet. And we didn't understand what the Top Rank was doing with him in waiting so long. But now I'm starting to question my own train of thought, right, Enrique? The last time I said that I didn't know what Top Rank thought they were doing by putting someone in with a pound-for-pound fighter and Nonito, that went the total opposite. So maybe they know what they're talking about, and Andy Ruiz will all of a sudden, knock out Joseph Parker in a fashion that will make him the king of the heavyweight division, MD?
I mean, no. I don't see that. I think Bob Arum's clearly trolling. He trolls a lot, and he does it in like a funny way, but it's clearly trolling. It's no different than what Eddie Hearn does. I mean, these promoters, they troll and they get attention, and that's what you do as a promoter. You're a propaganda tool for your fighters. Everything that comes out of a promoter's mouth is for their fighters, or at least for their product or for their brand and for their pockets. So, yeah, he's trolling, I think.
MD, I mean, Enrique, what about you? You got any thoughts on this, or this is too hardcore for you? Too left.
I'm sorry. What was that? Who?
Oh yeah, too hardcore. I hear you, man.
Yeah, that's way hardcore. I gotta go into the. We in the house. November 18th, we're having a party. We have boxes in the house. We have Virgil Hunter in the house. We have a giveaway bag for you once you enter.
Everlast goodie bags. We're giving away some shirts. We got some gloves. Everybody should be getting a signed glove because Everlast has given us enough gloves so that we can have gloves for you there on hand, and maybe Virgil sign one, maybe Peter Quillen could sign one, maybe Mario Barrios, Caleb Plant, Willie Monroe, El Mongoose could sign one.
Oh, we forgot Willie Monroe. But another thing they ain't know maybe about, you will definitely be able to take pictures.
That's right.
Drink and eat, and walk the strip of Las Vegas, meet your girls and stuff like that. But you definitely gonna leave with a goodie bag and a buzz and a memory that will last a lifetime.
Yo, what is casual though? Because you talk about this subject being hardcore, and everybody should go out to the TBV appreciation party and hit thumbs up on YouTube. But
Parker,
how did you guys went the whole last show without clowning on Diego Magdaleno's hair? I mean, what the fuck was he doing with that shit?
Well, you're right, but you got to remember, Fernando Vargas had that hair.
Fernando Vargas had that hair. What in the 90s?
No,
in
you
the
always count on
finish. He only had the front part, right? But he was a beast.
Yeah, and the shit that looked terrible. And
it's his style. He's unique, and that's what separates him.
Yeah.
Magnanello has that like blonde bleached top. Lomachenko had not Lom.
Would you rock that, Enrique?
Nah, definitely not
for a title.
But ask him, would he rock your mustache?
I mean,
you feel good when you look in the mirror.
Yeah, I feel good. Yeah, I feel
good.
Yeah, I feel good.
MD do got that Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard. Let's make America great.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to represent for America, the country that
What was my man name? Always was in the Trans Am and shit. Burt something.
Oh, Burt Reynolds. He got the Burt Reynolds Boogie Nights mustache.
Yeah. None of them did it. Jaddy said he looked like a.
He got the YMCA mustache. He got the Nikolai Volkov mustache.
The Iron Sheik. He got the Iron Sheik goatee.
It's his shadow. There's no goatee, but.
Oh yeah, Rocky Marciano, Randy Macho Man Savage mustache. Okay.
I mean, Enrique, you got the Osama bin Laden going on over there, so.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah. We just having a good time.
No, I feel you, but like again, I'm very proud of my mustache. He's probably proud of his hair, so I feel you. Like it takes balls to go out. Well, he's a proud bleach blonde hair, and I'm a proud American. So let's move forward.
Okay.
Like a slimmer Seth Rogen with that mustache.
Like the dude that don't want to let the cop that pulls you over and is like,
yo, somebody get that man some Ray-Bans right now. He gonna look just like a state trooper.
The cop that pulls you over and you're looking at the mustache, you like, this motherfucker definitely gonna give me a ticket.
Oh my God, yo, MD is the best.
But MD is knowledgeable, man. If it wasn't for MD, there would not. It's the yin and the yang.
All right, let's make our picks because you guys are pretty slick, man. You always try to wait to the end of the show, then somebody dipped out.
I'm gonna pick first.
Who you going with?
Can I predict MD's pick?
Yeah, predict my picks. I want to hear this.
Danny Garcia, Luis Ortiz, Jarrett Hurd. The hardest one is Omar Figueroa. And I'm going to say, I'm sorry, Omar Douglas. I'm going to say he's going to pick Fortuna.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I mean, those are my picks. But
seriously, are they really?
Yeah, well, I mean, the first few fights that you mentioned were like someone who has Down syndrome could pick those picks.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not really like it's not really using anything when someone's 100-1 favorite. But right, I am picking Javier Fortuna, and I am picking Jason Sosa to beat Stephen Smith. I think that's the closest fight. Jason Sosa, Stephen Smith. Definitely the closest fight. I don't see the Figueroa fight being that close.
Yo, I can't wait for Sunday, man. Hey, producer, you got this shit down because this dude, I know he's gonna eat some crow. He's dogging Omar Douglas. Now,
hey, yo, wait, hold on. He picked. Let me see. Hold on, MD, you might owe me some crow. Did you pick Donaire? Because I have you written down as maybe perhaps picking Donaire over Magdaleno because, quote, he didn't have the experience.
Sounds right.
So wait. So that although we were clowning his haircut, you got to eat crow because of that haircut.
Give
right?
him crow.
Yeah, the haircut. You know, I'll take my crow.
MD, do you eat sofrito, sazon, adobo?
Yo, MD, come on, yo. You just broke my heart. So you knew all this time you needed crow and you waited to the fucking producer to gun you on it?
I mean, that's his job. He should have. I was on another show. Listen, I want to congratulate Magdaleno on being the first openly gay world champion.
Wait, Magdaleno is he? Wait.
I mean, look at his fucking hair. That's all I have to say.
Oh, come on, man. I mean, if that's true, congrats to him. But I didn't know that. I feel like that would have been a news story. I feel like if
I mean, maybe he just didn't have the
scoop. MD might personally know.
Yeah, exactly. How'd you guys guess? You know,
is that sour that because he got it wrong, he's calling this guy out of his sex? That's fucked up. Listen, let's get to some callers because MD's going off the hills here. We're gonna get to boxing evolution. I believe this is your first time calling in, right? And if it isn't, we asked you anyway.
But yeah, first time caller, man.
All right. So listen, around here we got some tradition. We like to play this first time caller intro, and we like you to walk into the ring as if you are going to knock out Manny Pacquiao. But before we can do that, we need to ask you, how long have you been listening to the Boxing Voice podcast / radio?
I've been listening to this show for about 2 years now.
Damn, I love it.
Yeah, man.
All right, so then you know the tradition. We're just gonna go ahead and play this, and you do your thing.
Wait. Hold it.
Wait. How did you find us? He's right about that.
No, not that part. But after that, how did you find us? And where are you from? You have an accent.
He's from the UK.
Oh no, I'm from the UK, man. I'm from London. But yeah, I found you guys via the Boxing Coalition. Funny enough, they mentioned you guys a lot. So back in the day, I was looking for like some fights like Kell Brook and Amir Khan were going through things. So I wanted to see what people were
talking about,
thinking
what
about.
they were saying.
Yeah, talking about. Yeah. And I come across Boxing Coalition and they mentioned you guys a lot. So then I came across you guys. So that's how.
Be honest. Are you more entertained with us?
Oh, yeah. Trust me, man. Man, you don't understand. I listen to the show all the time, man. I just love it. And I love them as well. Like MV Tune, all them, man. You guys know. So you know, it's like
they're good guys. They're over the UK. You know, they have a different fan base and a different perspective being from the UK. But those are good guys. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, man. But like I said, both. I listen to both you guys on my way to work. Like when one show's finished, I flip on the next one. There's not one I like more than the other. Really, it's more I just like both you guys.
Oh, I'm sorry to bring that up. So let's shake your shoulders off and go ahead, Nestor. Drop that beat.
Yo, casual over here, like, yo, you better like us more.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Weighing in at 202 pounds. Yeah, he's a fat boy, but he's coming in the ring to knock out Manny Pacquiao. TVV, welcome, boxing evolution.
Yes, evolution.
We love it. So,
yo, back here in America, let me. Can I do this one, Nestor? Yo, so boxing evolution back here in America. Danny Garcia is fighting Samuel Vargas. Not too many people know about him, except that he lost to Errol Spence, and they're frowning upon this fight. Meanwhile, Danny Garcia is making America or boxing great again. Going against Keith Thurman after this one. What are your thoughts?
I'm definitely looking forward to the Keith Thurman Danny Garcia fight. This one up and coming one. I don't really know the other guy. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be honest with you. I'm quite casual myself, so I just know the big names. Really, I don't really know that guy.
Caller, you don't need to be casual not to know him because nobody knows who this guy is. So you're you're in the same boat as all of us.
No, MD knows him his whole career.
Yeah, I don't know that guy, man. So so that fight, I don't really care that much. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really care. I just want him to like knock out the guy and then get onto the Keith Thurman fight, because that's what I want to see.
Okay, so you're tuning into the fight though.
Probably not, to be honest. No, but if I see it, I'll catch it on a stream or something. I don't even know where we'll show it.
Yeah, because you're in the UK, it's different out there. It's not on like Channel 5 or whatever.
You probably could catch it on Vine because that'll be the whole fight.
Probably.
Yo,
25 seconds of
Meanwhile,
so boxing evolution, you're picking Vargas, then I take it.
Nah, mate. Sorry, mate. It's all about Danny Garcia for me.
Oh, okay.
Danny Garcia. What are the other fights to pick? Just before I don't want to get the cut it before I get the picture.
Yeah, Luis Ortiz is fighting Malik Scott. Malik Scott has a
Javier Fortuna. Come on, that's the hardcore fans. I want to see where the hardcore's at. All you
casual fans. So go ahead. There you go.
Say which one?
Javier
Fortuna versus Omar Douglas.
I'll go for Fortuna because MD was saying that the Douglas guy is terrible. So if I have to eat my crow, I'm shooting MD.
You don't know Fortuna or Douglas.
I've heard of Fortuna, but I haven't heard of Douglas. I don't know him, but I'm not gonna lie.
You heard of Luis Ortiz, right? Eddie Hearns has.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know Luis Ortiz. I'm going for him as well.
And
he has dreads. He has dreads that are like literally as big as his body.
Who, Luis Ortiz?
Yeah, no.
Douglas, Omar Douglas.
Okay.
It's to the point that I look at him box and I'm like, how do you manage to box with such a, I don't know.
That crow is gonna taste so good on you when Omar Douglas impresses you.
Amir Khan, you know Amir Khan definitely.
Okay, that's what I wanted to talk about as well. Now with Amir Khan, like he's coming out of the woodwork again, and like that guy, like I said before, I was looking for the show when they were talking about Khan fighting Kell Brook, and that was like 2 years ago, and this guy still won't fight Kell Brook. He's always got an excuse, and his Khan fans always talking crap. Like, it's so annoying over here, man. This Khan guy, he gets on my nerves. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, Boxing Evolution. We got to get to some other callers, brother. Thank you for finally calling in. What's up?
Cool. Just before I get the cut it, just want to give a shout out to Monsterpiece because she's the one who told me to make sure that I call. And also, in the words of my favorite caller, whoa, you dig? Cool. I'm gone.
I know, Boxing Evolution, man. Thank you for calling in. We're gonna go out to who do we got here? My man, Johnny Raga. Johnny. All right. We're gonna go to Amin 908. Amin, talk to us.
Amin, what up?
Yo, what's good, fellas? What's good?
I mean, we doing a different vibe right now. You usually mellow, but we going right into it with this big energy. Danny Garcia versus Samuel Vargas. What are your thoughts? Is he bringing boxing? Is he making boxing great again by fighting Keith Thurman?
Yo, listen, I can't get excited about this Danny Garcia fight, but he is definitely making boxing great with the Thurman fight. I think that's definitely a fight that's going to take. I mean, the whole card that we got lined up next year is good, but definitely that Garcia and Thurman fight is definitely going to be the one to make boxing great again. And I don't want to be like MD, but let me give my crow because I'm 50-50. I did go against Pacquiao, which was stupid, but I also did pick Magdaleno against what's my man, Donaire. So give me my crow so I can man up on that.
Listen, Jesse Vargas is a gatekeeper that's going to keep that gate shut. Believe me when I say that. So that wasn't a stupid pick.
And you know what, Enrique?
Ain't that right, MD?
Man, he's been good at this.
What kind of gate? Like, it's not the kind of gate from like 300. Like, I don't know what kind of gate you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about if he's a gatekeeper. So you're not a Jesse Vargas believer? Like Jesse Vargas did?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not like, I mean, I think that he would be a decent, I guess, fighter to get somebody in there. Not really as a gatekeeper, but not he's a gatekeeper, like you said, but he's not going to keep the gate shut. He's not. I don't think he's going to end a lot of prospects' rise.
MD, he's keeping the gate at the chicken coop is what he's doing.
Exactly. That gate will, like, if someone like Spence fights him, that gate will be ran over.
Okay.
No, Enrique, would you think
great ass fight?
Algieri.
You're saying Algieri will get through?
I agree.
No.
I think
Vargas and Algieri, Vargas and Broner. That's what kind of gates he's keeping right now.
So, but what are you saying? Those are 50-50 fights, or are you saying those are 70-30 fights?
I think Algieri Vargas would be a competitive fight.
I agree. And that would throw Algieri back in the mix if he beat Vargas, and with Broner, it would give Broner a nice little name on his resume.
So you guys are saying, like the way I saw it, I don't know, man. Vargas did a lot against Manny Pacquiao, a lot. So I didn't see Algieri do that, and Spence only fought Bondu and Samuel Vargas. So where are we getting this information from? So I'm going to do, hold up, Ness, leading. You guys are trying to say that, Your Honor, leading. Yeah, go. I mean, this is your call, man. I don't mean to take it over, but go ahead. Jesse Vargas is a gatekeeper that will keep
you good, brother. Let me get my picks in. Omar Douglas over Fortuna. I got that one. Douglas is going to put a lot of pressure on him. He's got a high motor. Very, kind of like, reminds me a lot like Lamont Peterson in terms of just kind of squaring up, staying square, you know what I'm saying, just throwing punches coming straight ahead. So that's going to be a good fight.
Yeah, I don't think he doesn't have the slickness of Peterson. You feel me? Like, he's not as fluid of a fighter.
Definitely not. But in that moment, I mean, I guess that's why I'm giving him, a chance over Fortuna. I've seen Fortuna gas out against pressure. So I'm just hoping Douglas's pressure can keep up, and bring him through the fight. Even if it's split, I see him pulling it out. Of course, I got Danny, Ortiz, and who else is on the joint?
Sosa Smith.
That's about it, man. But
Jared Hurd.
No, Sosa Smith is a pretty.
I got Hurd.
And who do you got in?
Jared Hurd by knockout. We called him. What did we call him? Light middleweight.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Producer, let's sync up, baby. Let's sync up. The only fights we care about here are Steven Smith, Jason Sosa, Omar Douglas, Javier Fortuna, Luis Ortiz, Malik Scott. Everyone else is supposed to win, so you could give your pick, but we don't really care.
You could take Malik Scott off that list, Luis Ortiz, if you want to.
I don't know if we could take it off the list. Malik Scott.
That's your discretion.
I mean, is he not capable of pulling off an upset?
And so if any callers being serious with their picks, I don't think one would pick Malik Scott.
Yeah, but I think honestly, I think at this point in terms of the heavyweight division landscape,
right?
Anytime a top 10 contender is fighting, I'm paying attention and I care.
I was gonna.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we have to ask for the picks. But
First of all, straight up fighters have been on this show saying that Malik Scott, excuse me, not Malik Scott, but what's this guy's name? Ortiz is older than what he has led us to believe. If Malik Scott stays away, then what? What if he can keep him away? I'm not saying that he wins. I'm just saying. All right, so you don't want. All right, so we only want Omar and Steven.
No, I think we should leave it. I guess fine because it's a heavyweight thing, and some people pick crazy things, and people need to eat their crow if they actually believe that Malik's gonna win.
So far, Amin has picked Douglas, Garcia, Ortiz, and Hurd. Amin, are there any other picks you would like to make at the moment? Because we do need to move on.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
Okay, Casey.
Well, all right. I mean, thank you for calling in. As always, we're going to go to 323. We got Santiago, and we will be having our first guest at 8:30, which is now. In a few minutes, we should be having Jason Quigley. So, Santiago, we're going to go to you, and then we will be getting to our guests. Talk to us, my friend.
Not much. I'm just looking forward to this Saturday. I mean, it may not be the fights we were kind of hoping to have, but we have that next week. I am looking forward to seeing Luis Ortiz and Omar Douglas. I've been keeping up with Douglas since his Shellbox appearances, and he's got my vote. Ortiz has got my vote. What other fights are there? I think the Danny Garcia fight is honestly set and done. I'm just waiting for March to roll around at this point. Really, if he loses, that'll be the upset of the year, in my opinion. I find it hard to believe he will, but stranger things have happened. Cut it.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't do that to one of our callers if we didn't have an absolute, positively good reason. And what better reason can we possibly have than to bring on our very own Monster Piece with today's special guest? Monster, you there?
I am here.
Awesome.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, great. We're doing really good over here. Great to hear from you.
All good. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So I guess I'll pass you over to anyone from our panel.
So, Jason, I want to just thank you right off the bat for giving us the time to interview you. And I also want to give you the opportunity to introduce yourself to our listeners, being as though that you are a, fairly young fighter in terms of your career, but you seem to be bringing excitement. 11 fights, 9 KOs. Just tell us, you sound like you have an accent. Is that Ireland?
Yeah, that's Irish accent. Yeah, the fighting Irish.
All right, the fighting Irish. So, friends with Matthew Macklin much?
Yeah, I'm great friends with Matthew, so I am. Me and Matthew have a great relationship. We get on really well. I actually helped Matthew spar, helping Matthew spar and get ready for his previous fight there. I think it was his last fight over in England. So me and Matthew have a great relationship.
Now, what I've noticed about you, Jason, is that while you may be a novice in terms of the amount of fights, you are moving fairly fast. You've already faced James De La Rosa, and now you're going to be going in there with George Melendez, who many off first glance won't think is that credible of an opponent, but he's definitely a journeyman that has been used before as a barometer and known to give guys at least rounds. But it's very impressive to see a win over James De La Rosa already on your resume. Just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I come from an extensive amateur background. I've had over 250 amateur fights. I was the world silver medalist, 3-time European gold medalist, and I was the world #1 as an amateur. So I came over here to the States. I've moved over to LA about 2.5 years ago to pursue my dream of becoming a world champion.
And I have a great team behind me. I have Golden Boy Promotions, and I have my management, Sheer Sport. I come here on a mission. I'm living a great life out here in LA. I'm so grateful. It's November right now, and it's like 33 degrees today. Back in Ireland, it's like -3 degrees. So I'm very grateful for the opportunities that I'm getting and the life that I'm living. And for me, every fight I get into is a world title fight for me, because it's getting me that one step closer to fulfilling my dreams of becoming a world champion. And I train my ass off every day in the gym. So whoever Golden Boy Sheer Sports throw up against me, I'm ready. I'm getting in there, and they're my way for me achieving my dreams.
So, Jason, just take us back to your first signing with Golden Boy. I mean, did Oscar himself come? Was it Eric Gomez? How did they contact you? Being as though that you are from Ireland, were you living in Ireland at the time? Just give us that whole story of signing not only to Golden Boy, but meeting Oscar De La Hoya.
It was unbelievable. So it was an amazing experience for me in my life, because after the World Championships, obviously I was the world silver medalist. I was the world #1. A lot of promotional companies back in Ireland, England, and obviously over here in America were interested in me. So I had a lot of work to do outside the gym, that I wasn't used to, looking at papers and contracts and thinking what's the right move. Will I stay in Ireland? Will I move out of Ireland? And of course, that's a big decision as well, to move away from home, to leave family and friends and everything like that. But, me and my father, we went over things very carefully. We studied it very carefully. We made sure that we made the right decisions. And it took a lot of time. I was probably 6 months between my world championships, my last amateur fight, until turning professional and getting back in the gym again. So it was a great life learner for me as well, how to deal with things outside the ring and outside the gym. Because as a fighter, all I wanted to do was train and be told when I'm fighting. But it really hit home whenever I came here to LA, because I used to fight with the LA Matadors in the World Series of Boxing when I was like 17, 18 years of age. And that's where I had the privilege of working with my coach today, Manuel Robles, here in the Rock Gym in Carson. And he got me in touch with people out here, and we came here to train with him. So then we made the contact with my management, Sheer Sports, and of course already Golden Boy was interested. So we headed down to the Golden Boy offices, and we went into Oscar's office, and there was the Golden Boy himself, Oscar De La Hoya, and Eric, just waiting on me to greet me and to put pen to paper. It was a memory that I'll never forget. And for a young lad coming from Ireland in a small country to LA to meet Oscar De La Hoya and sign the contract with Oscar, it was unbelievable. There's nothing that can describe it.
Now, Jason, I'm sorry. Let me introduce you to my co-host, the good doctor around here, our med student, Boxing MD.
How's it going, man? So you go ahead. What'd you say?
That's all good, sir. Nice to meet you.
That definitely. So, you mentioned that Ireland is a very small country, right? But one of the co-hosts doesn't like when I bring this up, but we've seen how the Irish get behind Conor McGregor. Obviously, you're a fighter. You're aware of the fanfare that he gets. Is that motivating for you as a fighter, even though you're in boxing, to see if you have success, that you'll see, the Irish people get behind you in such a way?
Yeah, without a doubt, but it's not only the fans that Conor brings. It's been down through the years, and every sport and everything that an Irish person takes part in, we get together so well. We support each other so well, and we're a really proud nation of our own people. especially once we step outside our country to go on and achieve things. You know, to be an Irishman, it's absolutely unbelievable. The pride, the passion, everything like that that we carry into the ring with us. It's definitely sometimes can be like an extra hand or an extra fist whenever you're in there, because the Irish support is just unbelievable. And I'm very grateful and lucky to have such a great Irish fan base already, you know, that has followed me through the amateur ranks and that's even still following me today and traveling those long distances early in my career out here in LA.
Yeah, and that's good to hear too, because you know, even in America here, we don't necessarily have the same type of nationalism when we get behind fighters, right? So you know, it is good to see that coming from you guys over there. So good luck on your journey to the top, and I wish you more success.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Enrique.
Yes, Jason Quigley. I'm sorry. My name is Enrique Church. I am the casual fan on the show. I want to ask you something, because casual fans are a big thing in America to the fighters. Do you know of them, and do you fight for the fans? And what are your anticipations and your reaction on fan reaction rather? What are you anticipating on fan reaction?
It's absolutely unbelievable, so it is, because it brings it back to years and years ago when the gladiators used to fight in the Coliseum. You know, we get in there to shine, we get in there to perform, and we get in there, take those fans, to take that audience off their seats and onto their feet, cheering and chanting our name. You know, we might go into that ring, we might be in a hostile environment, and in the back of your head, you might be getting booed walking to the ring because you're against a hometown favorite or something like that. But there's no better feeling in the world than to have you turn a person's mind by showing them what you got, by the heart, the determination, and the will to win inside that ring, and to have them chanting your name at the end. It's an unbelievable feeling, you know. And without a doubt, you know, people get in there and say that we don't fight to please fans, or we don't want to do anything like this. Well, I do. I get in there. I want to create as many fans, as many supporters as I possibly can. And at the end of a fight, I want them roaring and chanting my name and build my fan base more and more and more. So that's why I really look to put on a great show to excite the fans and to get their asses up off the seat and onto their feet.
That's what we look for. Jason, hey, how did you meet Oscar De La Hoya?
He just told us that, casual.
I'm sorry, I wasn't on. I wasn't listening. I'm sorry, I was somewhere else.
I got an even better one for you, Jason. I'm more interested in your, I guess, merger or your union with Manuel Robles, being as though that he's training the red hot Oscar Valdez, and he was actually very busy on this Manny Pacquiao undercard because he was training two fighters on that fight. So just talk to me about that, because most of his fighters are in lower divisions, but how is that to be trained with a Hispanic trainer, you being from Ireland? How is the communication and just overall strength and conditioning? I want to know everything, because you're a big boy too. You're 160-pound, you know, Irish guy. We only seen that with Andy Lee and Matthew Macklin. We don't really see this much. So, you know, talk to us.
It's a great relationship, you know, that me and Manuel have, because it all started, as I said, when I was 17, 18 years of age, back with the Los Angeles Matadors in the World Series of Boxing. That's where I was introduced to Manny, and right away, you know, right away there was a connection, and it was funny, like we never really planned to meet up again or to turn pro together or anything like that, but it all came around and it all happened. And I think the Irish and the Mexicans can really relate to each other. You know, I think we have a similar way of life. You know, it's very, you know, very family oriented. We celebrate birthdays big, and You know, we like to party. The Irish and Mexicans love to drink. We love to have a good time. We love to, you know, dance and everything like that. You know, so the connection was really strong right away. I think because of the way the Mexicans and Irish are. You know, we might be very far apart and country-wise and distance-wise, but we have a lot in common. So we have, and Manny was just a great coach. Is a great coach and has really brought me on into the professional style, because for me, coming from the amateur background, I had to do a lot of boxing, like really skillful boxing of picking your shots, punching, moving, just one shot, get out of there, move, because of the amateur scoring and the amateur computer score system. But as it came then into the professional games, you know, this is a different ball game. Professional boxing is a different sport to amateur boxing. You know, 3 rounds, anything can happen. You know, you don't need to work to the body, because you're not going to tire a guy out with body shots over 3 rounds. So my biggest transition was when I came to the professional ranks, sat down on my feet a little more, start digging hard to the body, and as me and Manny says, you know, chopping wood, and then obviously working up the head, bringing the defense down and working hard there. So for me, it was really sitting down on my feet a little bit more and putting my combinations together. And everybody in the gym, the Rock Gym in Carson, you know, it's mainly Hispanic, you know what I mean? But you have the likes of myself, who's Irish. You have the likes of Slava Shabransky, who's Ukrainian. And, you know, you have a lot of different fighters with different nationalities there, and we all connect well. Where there's a great what would you call it? There's a great atmosphere and a great relationship between us all in the gym, and it's thriving with the likes of Oscar defending his title, Jesse Magdaleno becoming world champion. It's a great system that we've got working in there, and there's definitely going to be a lot more champions coming out of that gym.
So it's MD again. Do you know the biggest fight over here this weekend is Danny Garcia versus I even forgot his name, Vargas, right? Samuel Vargas, right? And you talk about the Irish fighting spirit and how you guys are very similar to Puerto Ricans, in which you guys want to be great. Do you think that this fight is something that what? Excuse me?
No, of course, I was just agreeing.
Yeah. Do you see that the Danny Garcia, like what purpose does this type of fight, you know, serve to the boxing community and to the boxers, right? Because I don't know that much about his opponent, and I assume, you know, the casuals and people watching don't.
Yeah, you know, it's a difficult one, and I think it's difficult to look at nowadays in boxing because of some of the fights out there. You know, it's not the same as Leonard, Hearns, Hagler, Duran. You know, the best fighting the best. Doesn't matter what promoter or what belt you have or anything like that. You know, I think that's where boxing needs to get back to. And of course, you know, maybe Danny Garcia has been out for a little while or something like that and needs to get a bit of a tune-up fight for his next one. I think that is meant to be Keith Thurman, if I'm right. You know, so that's a fight that's exciting. This fight, not so exciting. Like you say, you could barely remember the guy's name. Whenever you mentioned it to me, I was hoping you weren't going to ask me who his name was, because I didn't even know the guy's name. So these kind of fights are tune-up fights, of course. But I think boxers need to be kept more active. The best need to fight the best. We need to get in there. We need to put the greatness back in boxing again, when the best fought the best, when all of the belts were on the line, and when one champion was the champion, not a champion here or not a champion there that has this belt and that belt. The real champion nowadays is the guys that have all the belts, because the best have to fight the best, and that's the only way, you know, boxing is really going to go through the roof again, and it's really going to get a serious interest.
Make boxing great again.
I like that. The champion is the best is the guy who has all the belts. That's the best. So Jason, who are you after, man? What belt are you after?
I'm at 160. who has all the belts or most of the belts at 160? Triple G.
Oh man, that's a
Guy that
scary.
I have on my side from day one. Do you know what I mean?
I exactly know what you mean.
He's a man at middleweight. Everyone says Triple G this, Triple G that. You know, of course, I'm only early into my career. I have 11 fights. Now, would I fight Triple G right now, here and then? Of course, if it was offered to me, I couldn't turn it down. But I'm sure my team around me would advise me a few more fights. I've only ever went 10 rounds once. But without a doubt, I get some more experience behind me. A lot more rounds in the bag. You know, there's no reason why I turned professional to be the best. I turned not to say that I'm a professional boxer or to be in the paper or in the TV or anything like that. I turned professional to be the best. So whenever the TV's over and whenever the papers are through in the news in the bin or something like that, my name is going to be remembered not just at that present time because I won a fight. My name is going to be remembered because I fought the best, I gave it my all, and I hope it's up to this.
Well,
Yo, Jason, speaking of Golovkin, overseas, it has just been rumored that his trainer, his promoter, Tom Loeffler, has been working with Eddie Hearn to try to get Carl Froch in the ring with him. So how do you feel about that potential matchup?
That would be a very interesting fight. I honestly, technical abilities and everything like that, Froch wouldn't be at the same level as Triple G, I don't think. But toughness and heart and determination and the will to win and never give in, Froch is right up there with him. And that's the kind of fight that is going to test Triple G. Somebody that's going to stay there. I've obviously never been in the ring with Triple G. They say he's got very strong hand power. You know, he's an aggressive fighter. He hits hard. He hurts guys.
He has a chin.
The person is going, yes, exactly. You know, the person is going to stand with Triple G, put him on the back foot, and maybe give him a bit of his own medicine. I think that's when you're really going to see Triple G be tested. And that also is when you could see Triple G bring out the best in himself as well.
Jason Quigley, I am your friend now because you called in the show. Make boxing great again, all right? I'm looking forward to seeing you fight in the ring.
Thank you again, Jason.
Thanks very much for having me. Appreciate it, lads. Thanks very much for having me, and I'll be talking to you very soon again.
Jason, give out any social media so our listeners can definitely follow you and start to get behind your career.
Yeah, of course. You know, I'm on Instagram, jquigley1. I'm on Twitter, jquigley, and my fan page on Facebook is Jason Quigley. You'll get all my updates, training, everything, next fight, everything like that on all my social media. I appreciate the support.
Thank you, Jason, again for giving us the opportunity. Monster Piece, thank you so much.
Yo, great interview, guys. Great interview. We need to go back to Santiago, but before we hear the rest of our callers, we got to give props.
On me yet? I am going to bust.
Brought to you by our sponsor, El Camino Electrical Services, who have over 15 years of commercial electrical experience, servicing the whole Silicon Valley and the entire San Francisco Peninsula. Visit us at our website, elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Shout out to El Camino. I got to hit them up because all the power just went out in my kitchen about 30 minutes ago because I had the microwave on at the same time that the oven, and that's not right. Hey, if we're going to get back to the callers, though, Ness, make sure to hit to Santiago because right now I only got down 2 picks from him, Garcia and Ortiz. So, Santiago, give us your last 2 picks. You got a minute.
El Camino is great.
Guys, let's go because right now. Hello?
Go ahead, Santiago. Pick your winners.
Right. Can you guys list me who else is fighting? Because I've only been paying attention to Garcia and Ortiz.
Well, after that, we have Jarrett Hurd. He's fighting Jojo Dan, who fought Kell Brook. And then we have Omar. What's the last name? MD?
Douglas.
Omar Douglas, who is fighting. Who's he fighting? MD.
Figueroa.
And who are you picking, MD?
I mean, I don't know why you're talking. Like, you know who I'm picking. I don't know why you're trying to.
I'm trying to tell you to educate Santiago.
Well, why don't you educate him yourself?
No, well, we have Figueroa, who is from Maryland, right? Nah, I don't know. So that's why I need your help.
This Figueroa, what are you guys even talking about?
Yeah, I got lost right there with Figueroa.
It's Fortuna.
Fortuna, my fault.
Oh, that was my mistake too. I said Figueroa. I meant Fortuna. Yeah.
God,
I have a lot of things going on in the head,
All right.
Santiago, I'll help you,
All right,
man. We
well,
got Danny Garcia. He's taking on Vargas. Then you got Javier Fortuna taking on Omar Douglas. You got Jared Hurd taking on Jojo Dan.
We're also taking future picks between Terrence Crawford and Angel Garcia, since it looks like they're about to throw down.
Right. Well, I've got Garcia, Omar Douglas, definitely Jared Hurd, and Luis Ortiz on HBO. Those are my picks. And also, before you guys cut to the next caller, how much are the tickets? Because I would like to attend the TVV Appreciation Night.
Oh man.
Go ahead, Casual.
Yeah, just because you want to and will attend, go on ThaBoxingvoice.com, get a ticket, and when you come back, I'm going to give you an extra gift just for buying the ticket, all right? Bring a friend.
Right, but how much are the tickets?
They're $125.
120 for Patreon members, 130 for non-Patreon. 120 for Patreon members, 130 for non-Patreon members.
And all you have to do is donate as much as $1 on Patreon, and then you get that $10 discount. So it's worth doing it.
That's right. You can get it on Patreon for the low and still get
Plus-
your discount.
Plus, Patreon gives you all the benefits and perks of all the extra bonus features and other types of programming that we don't have on a regular YouTube channel.
Santiago, without selling you the whole entire discount, it will be a great party. You will meet fighters. You will meet Virgil Hunter. You will meet Willie Monroe. You will meet Steven Calderon. You will meet, this is a lot of meeting and greeting and food and drinks. So, yeah.
Well, I appreciate the info, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right, Santiago, see you at the party, buddy. Let's get to...
Go ahead, man. Speak. I'm just ad-libbing.
Some alumni. We're going to get to some alumni because this is about that time.
It's Baltimore, gentlemen. The gods will not save you.
Yes, I'm off hold, Ness.
Yes, you are.
I'm off hold. Yeah, what's going on, man? It's one hell of a weekend for boxing, man.
Wait, is this Wood?
Is this the main event for boxing?
Is this Wood, or is this someone impersonating Wood?
It's Wood, Enrique. You heard the intro. Come on, why you gonna interrupt his call?
I didn't know Wood was from Baltimore, man. I didn't know that was his intro.
What?
Nah, I'm sorry, man. It's Baltimore, bitches.
Hey, Ricky, why are you not sharing? Whatever drugs you on, man, you need to come down Baltimore and share, man. I need some of that stuff, man.
Hey, Wood, what he doing is taking up your 3 minutes. Ask the producer how much you got left now. You're trying to eat your time.
You cutting into my dollar bill.
How, Sway? How?
They fuck my shit all up.
Wood, go ahead, man. Go.
Dollar back on me. Hey, man, look, man. Hey, Nas, you know who boxing MD? He looked like Fred Mercury. Look up the lead singer Queen, Fred Mercury, the lead singer in Queen. He looked like Fred Mercury, the lead singer.
And you can see, yo, you could also see by my skin. You also could see by my skin. I also have age.
Yeah. I got one more for MD. He looked like a sweet Magnum PI. Remember Magnum PI? Like a sweet Magnum PI.
Yo, I remember Magnum PI, yo.
Magnum PI. Oh shit.
I do remember that. He had
Why he 5-0? Why he 5-0? Hey,
all right, well, hey, Magnum PI is coming
like
back to television. We need to bring it back to boxing.
Wood,
All right, let's
sound
stick to
black, but
boxing.
Oh, I know.
Stop doing the personal attacks. Let's go our picks.
Let me.
Wood, I'm gonna mute you. Wood. This is the producer. Wood, this is the producer. I'm gonna mute you. Get to boxing. We're not here to be poking fun and taking shots at each other, Wood. Let's stick to boxing, bro. What do we got?
You look like El Machete, though, with a perm. Don't lie.
It's far too many of us talking at one time. Let's try to make it pleasurable for the listener. Wood, we're going to bring you back on. Producer, press play on that clock.
I'm back on.
Wood, yes.
Hello? Yeah. One more and I'm gone. Don't you know the cop that's in the Village People, the group, the old group, the Village People, the cop with the chats, with the cowboy, with the cop. He looked like the cop from the Village People, the group, the Village People. Check him out.
All day, and that's the best joke you have. That's the best joke he has. Well, it used to be funny and creative. Like that's like simple and what?
Yeah, you said that. You said that the last time. Wood used to be funny.
It's true, man. You used to be creative. Like you used to bring random shit up. Like when you're talking about you fucking a blind woman. Like that was came from left field and it was funny, man. Come on, man. Like just go try to be more original.
What Danny Garcia is fighting?
Make Wood great again.
Garcia, I got Danny Garcia by knockout by the score.
That's what Wood Danny Garcia is fighting Sammy Vargas, and Boxing MD thinks that's not a fight that you could use to gauge, take the performance and measure up against Keith Thurman. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't want to agree with him, but he's right.
He right. All right, cool. So
I don't want to agree with him, but he's right. He's right on that.
Crawford responded to the.
Go ahead.
Yo, Enrique, calm
down. What about Angel Garcia? Did you see Angel Garcia and Terrence Crawford? Man, I would love to see a build up.
Hold up.
I would love to see a build up with that.
What? How you gonna say did we see when we? That's our interview.
Ness, you could have been blinded while doing it. Maybe you didn't see it. Maybe you just heard it. So it's a valid question.
Ness, let us.
Hey man, Ness, you a goddamn star, man. No, I think I saw it first from some. Oh yeah, y'all right.
You ain't see that nowhere.
You ain't see that nowhere. You right, Ness. I gotta give it to you. No, I didn't. You're a star, man. I forgot you rub elbows with these niggas on a daily basis.
He gonna dance with stars.
You rub elbows with these guys on a daily basis, man. You with the stars, man.
Luis Ortiz, man.
Hey, what?
Yeah.
Why you ain't coming to the TBV appreciation party?
MD ain't.
That's gonna be in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
When the last time you been to Vegas?
Are you allowed in Vegas, or do you have issues there?
You got 30 seconds.
It's like 7 years, about 7 years. 2006. Last time I went on a conference.
And what went down? What went down then?
That's 10 years. That's not 7. That's 10.
What went down there? Would you go?
It was an LPN conference. I ain't do nothing. It was just it was a job. Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but if we sell all 50 tickets, we're gonna put MD in the ring to spar with a listener.
Mm-hmm.
I could do it. I'll do it.
Nah, Wood, you don't want to do that.
I'll do it.
We got.
I got him.
What? As much as you try to attack me, I don't want to commit a crime.
It's not only up to you wanting to do
I don't want to say bust his ass because I don't want to say I bust his ass because he might like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Wood, man, thank you for calling in, brother. Let me get to some other callers. Go ahead, Enrique. What's going on? What's on your mind?
Yo, he at least ad-libbed that one, so that's I guess okay.
Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I don't want to hijack the show or nothing like that, but it was hard to decipher through all that was being said. So I know that Wood picked Danny. Did he say that he also picked Ortiz?
Yeah, he picked Ortiz.
Okay. And did he make any other picks between all the going back and forth? Because you guys know I'm juggling a few things out here.
Those are the only two.
You know, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
about
copy that.
callers, bro. That's what I'm saying. They only call in. Look, he called in to really talk about MD, and he makes an obvious pick with Danny. Like, who isn't picking Danny? That's what I'm saying.
So, Ness, you have to let if you want to call in and talk about me.
Wait a minute, MD. What I want to repeat is the picks that we want: Fortuna, Douglas, Jason Sosa, Steven Smith. Give us some hardcore picks. Show us that you watch boxing. Saying Danny gonna fucking, don't we all know that? Isn't that the reason MD is crying?
The roulette picks. That's all he's asking.
That's right. Give us the.
Nah, if you want to see crying, you should look at the Hillary Clinton staff team last night. There were some funny photos for that one.
Damn, I slipped. Damn. Hey, what?
MD's humor.
No, but
Vargas.
did you see those people crying? It looked almost like when an airplane gets into a crash and you hear the family that's in the airport and they hear they're going to see their family members and they're looking on the big board. Oh my God, did they make the flight? Oh my God, they're dead. They look that fucking sad.
Yo, guys, Wood picked Vargas, so we forgot to give him crow for that. He didn't know enough to that.
Give it to him.
Where is he at? Where the fuck is he at? He probably jumped off trying to hide. Yeah, he gone.
Yeah, he jumps pretty quick. Yeah, he's gone.
He gone. Listen, man, let's open up these phone lines.
Wood is 50 years old. Let's not.
We
back to business.
Taino, talk to me.
Oh, Taino.
Yo, what's going on there, everybody? What's popping?
What up?
Man, I got Crazy Angel's son Danny Garcia doing this thing, man. About let's say 3 rounds. He gonna just box him around the ring for 2 rounds, and the 3rd round just start throwing them hammers that he said he got. You know what I'm saying? He gonna land flush for one of them, and lights out. Going on to the next fight. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Luis Ortiz is just too talented for Malik Scott. Malik Scott barely could take Deontay Wilder's one punch. I just can't even see what he'll do with Luis Ortiz, who is going to be just a monster in there with his footwork, his timing, his speed, and his agility with his feet that people never talk about. But I see that fight it's going to be over in no less than 5 rounds. And I mean, if you get down to it, when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, Crawford and everything, Crawford versus John Molina can be a very good fight. John Molina trained and he's very focused. I feel that John Molina has a lot of power in both hands, and if he lands one of those big punches on Terrence Crawford's chin, it could be an interesting night, my people. It could be an interesting night. What do you guys think about that fight? Because out of all the fights, that fight actually intrigues me the most, because John Molina has, won in some underdog situations before. It's not like this is something new. So.
Hey, off record, off topic, right? Crazy Angel, I'm gonna do this for free. Now show them the hat, man. Show them Uncle Garcia hat. Show him the hat, man.
I'm already showing it to him.
Nah, you gotta pose it like you just did 10 seconds ago.
But I mean, for everybody that don't like it, that's what the hat is for.
Yeah, you see the fingers, but the most intriguing.
Yo, hit that thumbs up button, man.
The most intriguing fight right now is the Omar and Fonfora's fight. Those are the Fortuna's fight. Those are the most intriguing fight to me right now. That's the hardest one to pick.
The most intriguing gift is
thumbs up.
If we sell that 50 tickets, everybody get a little DSG hat. You know what I'm
everybody gonna dump in the tip. Remember
that? Your gift bag might have it. I don't know, but
everybody in the club getting shit. Really. That's the most hardest fight to pick this weekend.
Which one?
The Omar Fortuna.
Omar Douglas
versus Fortuna.
I'm about to tell call in. Matter of fact.
Yo, Ness, in person. Did Angel have a runny nose? I'm just wondering, was his nose runny?
This dude is mad disrespectful.
That's disrespectful.
Hey,
I
Taino have any other picks? Hold on, I'm trying to get the picks. Taino, did he have any other picks? I have Danny and Ortiz, and I know he was having a hard time picking the
He didn't pick.
Okay,
that's the most.
But he picked Hurd
right now.
But he
I
picked
would
her.
say that Omar Douglas is gonna walk down Javier Fortuna. You feel me? Because I feel like even though Javier Fortuna got the power and he likes to come in all wild, I think the technical prowess that Philly, he got that Philly grit and he has some technical skills with it. And I feel like he's gonna box circles around Javier Fortuna because I feel like Fortuna, once he gets hit, he goes into this Juan Manuel Lopez mode where he just wants to bang it out, and that's gonna be to his detriment when those technical straight right hands start landing down the pipe in his face. And he's been hurt really bad before. And Omar Douglas, he's more on the up and up at this point. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a huge Javier Fortuna fan. They were even calling him the Dominican Pacquiao at one point because of his wild southpaw style. So I don't know, man. Just know if Javier Fortuna do land one of his big left hands, he can knock Douglas out. Just want to
cut it.
Right. That's the first one. Now Omar, Douglas, and then I still don't got the names right, but Fortuna versus Douglas. That's the most.
You know what's sad though, that you Hispanic. You can't get Fortuna. You can't.
I got it now that he pronounced it. You never pronounced it like that. You like Fortuna. So now I get it. Fortuna. All right, Fortuna.
Casual.
Fortuna versus
Diego.
Magdaleno.
No.
Chavez.
No, Diego.
Magdaleno.
Corrales.
No, say it. I want to hear you say it.
Oh, Diego.
Last name?
Chavez.
Magdaleno.
Magnanello.
But before I was cut off by a producer, the only before I was cut off by the producer, the only reason I asked that is because Terrence Crawford, right? He was telling him to, quote, don't do drugs. So I don't, it's from Terrence Crawford's mouth, not mine.
MD the police. You always lie.
He will do anything to dig a shot. Yo, I love it though. I love it.
Did put that body work in.
Monster Peace is up next. She didn't get a chance to make her picks after Quigley.
Put her on. Patch her through.
Yes.
Connect her.
Yes, sir. Where'd she go? Did she fall off? Monster, did you drop off after I just said I was going to go to you? You going to do me like that? Make me look like that?
Well, let's go.
No, that's not her.
Maybe she's getting shot. I don't know. That's yours.
Oh, no. Here we go. Monster. Can you hear me? Monster?
I don't hear her.
Well, let's just go back to her if you can,
What about Big Brother Noomsi?
Oh, Monster just texted me and said Blog Talk down again.
Big Brother Noomsi.
Blog Talk can't hear us.
All right. Well, we'll get back to that.
I'll get to work.
So, let's get out to Skype. We'll get with Scorsese. Talk to us.
Yeah, man. Omar Douglas getting his shit busted.
Okay.
Starting right there, first and foremost. He been fighting those 2-star fighters. He getting his shit busted. I don't care if he from Philly. I don't care if he from Lily. I don't care if he from Millie. I don't give a damn what he doing. He getting his shit busted.
Where you from?
Fortuna not about to play with him. He can't punch. He ain't no damn Jason Sosa. You put Omar Douglas in there right now with Nicholas Walters. He out of there. He gone.
Yep. That's what I said. Yep.
So Jason Sosa, shout out to him. That man, and since he fighting too, I think he gonna have a letdown. He ain't in there on the big card where we seeing him. I don't know. I think gonna have a letdown. I don't want him to though, so I'm still gonna pick him over there in Monte Carlo. But I tell you what, y'all playing about the boy, the other boy from Philly, the big man, Malik Scott. Get box, man. Big dude ain't trying to be chasing him around that ring.
Malik Scott is from Philly?
He finna make him look bad. Malik Scott finna at least go the part to making him look bad.
How is he gonna make him look bad with movement? You're saying? Because I was at his last fight and he didn't look.
He throw clean shots. He can move. He can sit down in the pocket. He gonna do everything to make him look bad. He can fight in the pocket. I'm telling you.
His output and cardio looked terrible in his last fight. But I hear what you're saying.
it's gonna happen. He know how to sit on the ropes. He know how to roll shots. Dude he don't like to go to body much. He trying to impress, get people out of there as quick as possible. This ain't the way to do it. You think Malik probably just took it on a little what 5 week notice? Nah, he be in the gym. I be seeing him in the gym. I think he gonna be ready for him, and it's gonna be. Somebody said I should read bedtime stories in the chat. I don't know who that is, but anyway, and we do need to talk about Jarrett Hurd. Jarrett Hurd on the up and up. He on the come up. He look like one of the baddest prospects out there.
But he's fighting JoJo Dan though. That's an issue.
Former world champion.
Yo, MD, you want him to fight Triple G tomorrow?
What?
Yeah, but Jarrett Hurd is fighting a welterweight. He's a junior middleweight. So like, yeah, we gonna talk about him, and
JoJo Dan fought at 54 before. He a former 147-pound world champion. This is a prospect we talking about. He need to stay doing his thing. You know,
it's a fight he's supposed to win. He's supposed to get a knockout.
Well, I hope we need to do it. That we need to talk about that. We like knockout. We need.
So he's going to knockout to fight who?
We brought him up. We
So
spoke about
the
him.
people out there, man, one of the baddest prospects out there. The dude punched, the dude jab. He walk you down. He could go back. I mean, he was an underdog on Showtime and beat the shit out of Frankie Galaza. He beat the hell out of dude. Dude had his little famous girlfriend in the crowd.
Yo, knock it off. Knock it off. Frank Galaza got no amateur background. He's a New York City club fighter who got a couple opportunities, man.
Let me tell you who did have a background. The last person.
Yeah, I know who had a background. Jarrett Hurd. Jarrett Hurd, both amateur and a professional background. Get out of here.
The last dude he fought, Molina, had a background. He almost killed him.
Yeah.
It looked like I was begging him to stop the fight.
No,
and
you're right.
Hey, what's the build up for Jarrett Hurd? Who's next for him though? Like you saying he's going to knock him out?
Nah, he gonna take it nice and slow, man. That 54 division ain't to be played with.
Yeah, you're right. That's what I was saying. That's on the shit.
Yo, Vanis Matarosa needs a fight.
Prospect very long.
Yeah, Mataroshan's right there for a fight if he's ready for one, but he don't want that. He ain't ready for that. He would have to do something big.
Build up, Mario shit. So Omar Douglas versus Fontura is Fortuna.
Come on,
That's the fight.
Fortuna.
He saying Fortuna.
You ever seen the cigarettes? Fortuna cigarettes?
Never heard of that. Only cigarettes.
Write it down, man. Why you can't write it down? You've been calling my man.
Yo, I'm about to get Omar Douglas on the show right now. I'm texting with him right now because I don't like the way y'all disrespecting his name. Y'all gotta put some respect on his name. Some respect on his name. This is too.
Damn, Ness was like, I'm gonna go call him and tell him what you said. Damn.
Swing on his dreads. That's what's gonna happen. He gonna swing them dreads around.
Yo, respect on the man's name.
Yeah, let's get him on the phone. Let me box wreck him because I want to be respectful.
Listen, let me see where you at. Where's our man Scorsese at with the time limit here?
Hold on. Scorsese's out of time. I'll tell you.
Album or something.
Hey man, y'all lost Black Talk. Y'all need
Scorsese,
to
you ain't even.
No, we're gonna test Blog Talk right now. I'm gonna go to Monster PC, see if it's working.
Scorsese not even Patreon, man.
Yo, he's just warming his voice up for Berenstain Bears. You know what I'm saying? Book on tape.
Hey, Monster, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you guys.
Of course she can hear us.
You have Javier Fortuna's on the phone or Figueroa?
Monster.
Where's my intro?
Monster.
Did my intro just pass? Yeah.
She's a motherfucking monster.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Monster.
100.
Listen.
Oh, okay,
Monster.
because I was like, hello.
Monster, you listening to me? Because you keep talking right over.
Hi, Casual. Hi, Nesta. Hi, Steven and MD. That's Monster.
Go ahead, Monster.
Are you guys done?
Go ahead.
Thank you, because I just want to make my picks real quick. Thank you very much. Danny Garcia, JoJo Dan, Javier Fortuna for my Dominican people.
JoJo Dan?
About it.
Steven, you get that? You get that down?
Yep.
She picked JoJo Dan based off Kell Brooks fight. Like based off what?
Based off the last call.
Yo,
I
based
don't
off
know. Why
the last
not?
call.
He only got 3 losses, and he only got 3 losses, and he has more experience than the guy that he's getting in the ring with.
My favorite part of
I'm not gonna go.
high casual.
High casual.
Go ahead, Monster.
Yeah, based on his experience, and he's been in the ring with Brooke, and he has. I'm just going based on the obvious.
The obvious, she says.
Hey, Monster, you and me, we the same team, but I'm not gonna go for JoJo Dan.
Hey, Monster, JoJo Dan has.
I don't think he got a chance in hell with Canelo.
He ain't got no chance, man.
We need that Nesta soundbite.
I seen Jared Hurd before. He might have no chance, but I'm giving him a pass or whatever.
You're a masochist.
What if he does win? What if he does
intentionally inflicting pain?
What if Berto would have won?
If he wins, then Jared Hurd is not what we think he is. So we all lose.
Exactly. So it's a win-win situation.
So why don't you want to be positive? Come on, let's be positive. Let's make boxing great again.
I can't hear that last thing. What you said?
I'm saying let's be positive. Let's make boxing great again.
That's right.
Let's make boxing great again. I agree. When is GGG gonna fight then? When is he gonna fight somebody? Because that's the only
make it great.
That's the only way I can see boxing ever being great again. When is Canelo fighting him?
Yo, you heard what Trump said. You heard what Trump said. He said if Canelo doesn't sign a contract, they're gonna deport his ass.
Yo, speaking of Canelo didn't even learn the language, so that's what I'm saying. No, I'm kidding about that. I'm kidding about that. I'm kidding about that. But on the real though, Trump.
I seen another meme that said that if Triple G doesn't sign a contract, they're gonna deport his trainer. Yo, the internet is disrespectful.
That's pretty funny though. But
that was pretty funny. That is
except speaking about Trump, right? And I think this is important to bring up, right? This is important to bring up. There's a hit piece in the Rolling Stones, right? How often does boxing write? How often does the Rolling Stones write about boxing, Enrique?
What?
How often does the Rolling Stone magazine write about boxing?
Okay.
No, like you don't really remember that, right?
I don't.
And it's not really viewed as real journalism, but it still gets attention because of historic whatever. They have a hit piece, right, on Donald Trump because it's Tabiti who, I mean, let's be real here. Who the fuck is Tabiti? They had to use Tabiti to get a negative hit piece on Trump.
Andrew Tabiti?
Yo, I'm about to say 2 names that are more important in the sport of boxing. One second. Wait. Let me make my point before you yell at me.
Is it Andrew Tabiti?
Yes. I mean, I know who he is. I'm saying who the fuck is he that Rolling Stone had to go to him to get a piece? Both Adonis Stevens and Sergey Kovalev tweeted positive things about Donald Trump. We have to remember this man. For everybody who's angry or whatever, find a silver lining that this man is going to attend UFC 205, and he's a big boxing fan and has hosted many boxing fights. So if you want to find a silver lining in your life, and
Why
some
are
people
you talking about UFC so much? It's something.
The one thing that I was about to say was like, I don't know, but Donald Trump won and MD got a new mustache. It's like, yo, what's going on?
I'm rejuvenated. You know what I mean? The state of Florida, right? It won largely because of me. I was out campaigning, working really hard for him. You know.
Hey, do not cut me. I'm not done. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay, so Jason Sosa and Martin Murray. So I'm done.
Oh shit. Okay.
You going with Martin
Jason
Murray?
Sosa and Martin Murray.
What did you pick? Doug
Martin Murray got a last minute opponent, But listen, Monster, thank you for all the work with Jason Quigley
Good
and
night.
for calling in. Good
Love
luck.
you, Monster.
Go back out to Skype for Dale. And I'm just gonna say right off the bat, it's probably a prank call. Anytime someone is Skyping me with half naked pictures, probably a prank.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, this is a prank, definitely. What's up? What's up, Dale?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Dale, you call every freaking Thursday and Sunday now.
Every show with the same accent. Expect.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a racist, like Asian accent. He's kind of going with it.
I never spoke to you.
I've never spoke to you before.
I never spoke to you before.
Yeah, but you were picking like Pacquiao Vargas, and then you like stuttered, stumbled, and all the other shit.
So Dale, what do you want to talk about?
This is my first time on the show.
What do you want to talk about, Dale?
It will have to be the Vargas fight.
Right. Hey, Dale, let me ask you a question. How long have you been listening to the show?
Oh, for the whole show, basically, yeah.
No. How long have you been listening to the show in your lifetime?
All right. Several months.
Several months. Do you remember Get the F Out of Here?
No, I've never heard of that.
Okay. Let me interpret it for you, right? Like, get the F out of here. You ever heard of that? Have you ever heard of that, Dale?
Yo, the funny thing is, like we made it, yo.
We made it. That's
a prank call. Like, yo, we fucking where's the audience? Can we get some love on that? Like, we made it. Like, yo, let's get to some callers, man. There's so many of them. Jesus.
Yo, and not to mention it, if everybody goes to the TBV party in Vegas, they'll see the Trump supporter named Peter Quillen.
Nah, that's cool. He stepped up. You know, evil versus evil. Don't vote for evil. Vote for whatever works, right? So yeah.
Quillen, I mean, he looked, for a future I don't see Obama ever talking about boxing or actually saying anything to Mike Tyson when he walked by Mike Tyson. And that's a fact. You could look that up. So, just from a boxing perspective, right? I think that there could be some positivity, silver lining. If a lot of people aren't happy about the election, so try to find some silver lining, at least from that.
So let's get back out to these callers. 4MD sleeps us with the politics. Big brother Noomsy, I hope you didn't take a picture with Donald Trump 5 years ago because MD's going to say you're a Trump supporter.
Nah, he tweeted it today, so, whatever.
Whoa, MD. Don't start hijacking my call. I ain't even say that yet. Relax over there, buddy. Anyway, what's going on, guys? Great show as usual. Love the interview. Definitely appreciate all the hard work y'all do. Yo, I've been listening to the show all night, and I think I have a new name for MD. So I'm not calling him MD. I'm gonna call him MDD. No, MDT. MD Trump. Because he answers questions like Trump, and I think that's what you do. And, MD, you can take it how you want, or you can take it as a compliment.
I do take it as a compliment. The man won the presidency, right? I mean,
Either way. Again, don't talk to my call. Hey, MD, don't talk to my call. When I'm done, you can talk about it. That's cool. I don't care. You got the platform, but don't talk while I'm calling. Anyway, Danny Garcia fight, warm-up fight, whatever. Danny Garcia is a 32-0 champion who has beat everybody in front of him and more. We talked about how Khan is this, that, and the third. He knocked Khan out. I might be wrong, but I think he's the last guy other than Canelo to knock Khan out. Might be wrong. And for all the fights that people don't like that he took, I'm sorry, people don't win 40 fights without fighting guys that you don't think they should fight. It just doesn't happen. Nobody fights Manny Pacquiao or Mayweather or Timothy Bradley every fight. It just doesn't happen. The guy's fighting Keith Thurman. He pushed to fight Keith Thurman. He refuses to be inactive, and I gotta respect. You gotta respect that because he's a champion. He's giving you no other reason. Now, I don't feel like he beat Lamont Peterson. I'll always put my stamp on it. Big Brother Nuki said he did not beat Lamont Peterson. But, other than that, I mean, blemishes are blemishes. A lot of people get away with robbery, whatever. Ortiz, I think Ortiz is great. I think that was a great job by the manager. Shout out to who said it, because now they ain't got to worry about Joshua fighting him. That was brilliant. Plus, Ortiz is going to age out anyway. He's like 38 years old.
That's right.
That was good. You know what I mean? He's going to age out. Let's keep it funky. But, other than that, it's great. Life is great. My boy Waters about to fight Kovalev. Life is good. I heard Juan Diaz is coming out of retirement. Life is, trying to get back in the shine on the paper.
Hey, big brother, are you making any picks this weekend? Because you only got about 15 seconds if you want to make picks.
I did. Well, all right, yes. Real quick, like I said, Danny, Ortiz. The other fights are really, there's a couple of fights in there that I know both. I know a couple of fighters, but I don't know enough about their opponent to make a pick. I'm sorry. I apologize. But wait. Ned, how do you not make a statement about the fact that Kell Brooks is not vacating the whole situation with him and our young guy Errol Spence Jr.? Let's go with that. Can I get some love on that? What's going on with that situation?
Man, you got a lot of catching up to do, man. We've spoken about that on multiple different shows. He's got a 60-day extension, and until he decides what's he gonna do, he's still the IBF champ. So technically, he isn't ducking anyone. Listen, Big Brother Noomsy, thanks for calling in. And I don't know, man. You've been calling into the show for a long time. I'm pulling dudes' cards. You see, having Steven has changed the dynamic of this show. Everyone is ignoring the Omar Douglas and Javier Fortuna fight and the Jason Sosa, Steven Smith fight. You guys picking these Ortiz and fucking Danny like we don't know they're going to win. Like, what's up? Bring the guns out. All you guys talk so much about Crow and how you're champions and all. You pick them right, but nobody going for the real picks.
Yo, so far only MD and Monsterpiece have made picks on the Sosa fight. I didn't get your official pick, Ness. I think we only went to MD. Did we get to anybody else? I don't think you and Casual went.
I'll give you one now. I'll give you Sosa. Picking Sosa.
By what form of win? Just interesting. Points?
I don't know, man. Sosa, I guess I'm not gonna. I don't know. Yeah, I think a decision, man. It's gonna be a decision. He might knock this dude out, though, right? He's got the power.
All right. Next caller.
Let's go to Chicago. We got Carmelo. Talk to us.
What's going on, guys? Get my picks in real quick. I think Sosa can stop him. I think the last time I saw Smith fight was against Pedraza. That was a good fight, but he lost that fight, and I think Sosa got the power to stop him. The Fortuna Douglas, I'm gonna say Douglas. Fortuna is kind of chinny. Douglas do got the pressure, and I see him up and coming, so I got him on that. Of course, I got Danny, and I got Hurt. Other than that, let's just look on to the other big fights, man. Coming up next week. I know it's kind of downy that people still knocking Danny, but there's such thing as tune-up fights. If you look at his last couple of fights, man, he fight nobody. He fought with Guerrero, who, even though he came from a lower weight class, you can't really say he's not a true welterweight because he's been at welterweight for some years now. And he fought who else he fought for welterweight? His fight before that. So, just start one at welterweight, one more tune-up, and then we keep coming. And from there on, ain't nothing but big fights. So you can't expect nothing but big fights. That's my call. Shout out Boxing Voice.
All right, Mello, thanks for calling in. We got 718. 718. Is this your first time calling in?
Nope, that's Steve Suleiman.
Suleiman calling you right now on my number so you can know what the deal is. Okay, so check this out. I'm going for the picks for the week, and then I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna show you a flaw, and I think he's gonna lose. I think Eddie Hearn's made a big mistake by signing Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz is old. Everybody's happy because he punching Brian Jennings, and he played my boy Oscar De La Hoya. He should have stayed with Golden Boy. If he's gonna fight guys like Malik Scott in England for more money, he should have stayed with Golden Boy. Golden Boy, he would have set up that fight for him. He would have set up opponents. So he should have stayed with Golden Boy. DSG, that's a good fight. I can understand why DSG is doing this fight because and he's gonna knock this guy out early, maybe 2 or 3 rounds, entertain the fans because the venues right now. Look what happened to Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas would have had an undefeated record if he wouldn't have fought Tim Bradley and he wouldn't have fought Manny Pacquiao. So I understand why, but he didn't want to get played. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the guy was a champion. Look what happened to him when he fought Manny Pacquiao. They played him. So I understand why he's doing that, and then he's going to fight Keith Thurman next. You know what I mean? He's going to take that Julio Cesar Chavez route. And then I'm going for Tuna by knockout, and I'm going to go for this guy too, Jason Sosa, because that white boy was getting lumped up by Jose Pedraza. Pedraza was tagging him. So I know Sosa got more snap in that punch.
Did you say that Danny Garcia is taking the Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. route?
Yeah, he going that route because he had look at his resume. He fought
the junior, right?
He's insane fan. I'm talking about the senior.
Nah, Suleiman, come on.
All over the place, man. Check your box truck, man. Stop talking that bull crap over here on the station. You know what I'm saying? Check the box truck. He fought non-title fights, man. Non-title fight. He's doing that because he don't want to get played. Look at Bob Arum, what he did to my boy Jesse Vargas. He played him twice. He knocked out Jelly Bean.
He got him paid. He got him paid twice, and Jesse Vargas had 2 opportunities, which he lost.
He got him paid, but he don't got the O. He don't got the O on his record.
because he challenged himself and he lost. That's what happens in boxing. He just ain't at that level, Suleiman.
Keep my O, and he won both fights. That's the problem. He won both fights, so I gotta keep my
Suleiman, how the fuck did he win? How the fuck did he win the Tim Bradley fight? Explain to me how he won.
In the middle of the fight when he fought.
But did he win? Okay. So let's just say that he actually hurt him. And he 1 second. He didn't have
the Manny Pacquiao fight. Manny Pacquiao was trying to fight everybody. Nobody wanted to fight.
Okay, Suleiman, I just want you to answer this question before your time runs out. Even if you go with the argument that he got robbed at the end of the fight, in which he had more time to hurt Tim Bradley, how did he win that fight?
This is because the ref stopped the fight.
Okay, so in your opinion, he got robbed of the opportunity.
Everybody, and then they talked to the ref. They talked to the ref after he knocked them out. They stopped the fight. They talked to the ref, and then they had those.
No, he was not knocked out, Suleiman. I can't get you. You're telling me that's some bullshit. You're talking bullshit, man.
You are Manny Pacquiao. You are completely hated. You guys don't give my boy an opportunity, man. That's the problem over here. You don't give Jesse Vargas the opportunity. Jesse Vargas right now is tight right now. I guarantee you. What happened?
I'm feeling like, hey, you don't even gotta bring your paper out.
Time's up.
So you don't get Jesse Vargas the opportunity, man. You're hating on Jesse Vargas. You want to marry Pacquiao. I think you're gay or something because you talking about my.
I'm gay. You're the one who's so delusional about a fighter because you love him so much that it makes you say that he lost or he beat Manny Pacquiao. Man, you got to check your boxing knowledge on that one.
Yo, MD, I just muted Suleiman because he was way over the time limit. So next we're going to Donald from Richmond, California, not too far from me.
I had to play that for y'all. Let me see. I'm gonna go right into my picks. Now, I want to make this clear. I know sometimes I call and I say negative stuff about Danny Garcia, but I'm the kind of person to where, like, if you is a good fighter and I know you're gonna win the fight, even if I don't like you, I say, look, he's gonna win that fight. Danny, he's gonna win that fight. Of course, we know that, but he gonna have to stop Vargas in 6 rounds. He needs a knockout in 6 rounds. I swear to God, if Danny goes the whole fucking 10 rounds with Samuel Vargas,
he should fucking vacate and don't even fight Thurman. He shouldn't even fight Thurman. If he has to go the whole 10 with Vargas, he shouldn't even fight Thurman. Seriously. I'm going to go with Fortuna and Hurd, of course, Ortiz, and Salsa. Other than that, I feel like there was other better tune-up fights that Danny could have took. He could have took the guy, David, what is his name, Paletta? He could have took the guy who beat
Pedraza?
Guerrero.
Not for
Yeah, he could have took the guy that beat Guerrero. Or, you know what else? I was just thinking about this guy the other day because he just came back in. He could have fought Diego Chavez. That would have been a good fucking scrap because Diego, even though he got stopped by Thurman, he was like winning that until Thurman stopped him with the body shots. Diego Chavez is a pretty good scrapper. I feel like Kell Brook ducked him because I think Kell Brook sat down and thought about that and I said, I don't think I want to fight this dude. I might lose because that motherfucker can scrap. Or he could have went even. I would have even thought maybe Aaron Martinez would have been even a little bit of a better tune-up fight because he's made some upsets too. So I don't know. The Vargas though, it's like I'm not hating on Danny. I like Danny. I don't think Danny's gonna beat Thurman. I give him a fair shake with whoever he's fighting. I ain't really, I bought that other guy that just called. He's super fucking nuts. Like this guy is like. Is Vargas his son or something, or what? His nephew or what? Dude, I think that's Vargas's uncle or something calling in, being really upset with you guys saying he beat Bradley and that he beat Pacquiao. That dude is out of his fucking mind. Like seriously, what's wrong with that dude?
He suffers from extreme. He suffers from extreme fanboyism, which causes utter delusion when you're analyzing boxing. Because he obviously watches boxing, and I give him the benefit of the doubt. So.
You know what? I want to see the interview. I want to see what Angel said about Terrence Crawford. And another thing, Terrence Crawford doesn't seem like he's one of them like yelling and screaming type of dudes. He's one of them calm, collective dudes. But I want to tell you, sometimes not saying nothing is almost better than saying anything at all. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's just how it is sometimes.
Art of War.
Donald, thanks for calling in. Let me get to Tone from Chicago. Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Just want to start off by saying thanks for the show. Second of all, I'm going to make my picks real quick. I'm going to go with Javier Fortuna, man. I got Fortuna by knockout. I like Fortuna's speed. I like that he's a southpaw. I think he's going to bring it to Douglas and knock him out. Besides that one, I got Sosa. I think Sosa's going to be too much for Smith. Another knockout there. Probably, I don't know, before round 9 or so, before round 10. What else? The other fights are pretty much common sense there, man. I am surprised that Malik Scott is taking this fight, against King Kong. And hang on a sec, these kids are way too loud. I am surprised that Malik Scott is taking this fight, though, seeing as how he hasn't had a fight in like about a year or so. He hasn't fought since last year, and he's coming back to fight a tough guy in King Kong. And
Money.
I think he's coming back, and he's just going to get knocked out.
Money. It's a good payday for a journeyman, a club fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like he's an older fighter, and this is probably his last shot at a world level fighter, right? Caller?
On you there.
Well, you could also note that his last fight was a win, although it was a year ago on October 30th.
The venue in Orlando, PDC.
James in the DC area, all around strong. Talk to us. James.
James.
I don't know. Well, give me a second. Let's see if we didn't get knocked off. No, it says we're there. James, you there?
James, you there? MD's there. Steven.
Hurricane Ray, you there?
there. Hurricane Ray.
It's Blog Talk. It has to be. These are always there. But I guess we could get that situated. But, you know,
yeah, I'm on Blog Talk right now. Unfortunately, it is not working. We'll just have to call right back in real quick. But hey, Enrique, I didn't really get any of your picks. Did you make your official picks yet? We can get to that right now.
My picks are real easy. Danny Garcia, Luis Ortiz. My hardest pick is Fortuna or Omar Douglas. And if I do it, it's like Russian roulette. I mean,
have you seen Douglas fight?
I haven't seen any of them fight.
So you're picking it just based on
I would it would be like Vegas. I put my number on black or red.
Yeah. Can you at least, like, while we have the time, just Google pictures of them and then do a
I have
picture?
the pictures of both of them. I'm looking at Omar Douglas right now.
Okay, so tell us based on what you see.
Ness said, "Be careful what you say because we might have Douglas on the line. You don't want to be saying the wrong things with him coming on here to call you out."
It's cool. Fortuna's Dominican. He has one loss, but more experience. I'm gonna go with Fortuna.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Once I write it down in my notebook, it's forever. It's sealed. You can't go back.
I'm going with Fortuna based off of the 30 fights he has. Not saying.
And how do you see him winning? By stoppage, or you got him going the distance?
Oh man, that part is the hard part. Omar Douglas has 17 fights. He has that O. The O usually takes my attention and says, "Oh, this guy's a beast." I haven't seen a highlight of any of them.
Could you see, like, just visualize this, right? You see the fighters. Could you see his trainer putting a towel over his head and not stepping out of the ring in a you know, at the end of the round?
No,
taking that kind of beating? No?
No, I don't. I actually see it going 12 rounds because I don't know them. So I see it going 12 rounds. It possibly can be lopsided where it's a shutout, or it can possibly be a boring ass fight and a shutout, or it could wind up being a competitive war like what was the guy's name? Eastern Junior versus Comey.
Is there another? You gave all the options for most fights.
It could be that.
It could be competitive. It could be lopsided, exciting. It could be lopsided, boring.
Yeah. So
bold picks, casual, bold picks.
My point is that I don't know them, so I'm basing experience over the O. That's it. You are now tuned in to the Boxing Voice. Like,
yeah,
what's stronger, experience or undefeatedness?
Experience over undefeatedness any day.
Well, I mean,
any day.
Well. That would mean then that you can't factor in that some experienced fighters who are over the hill sometimes are there to get young fighters a name or work in the ring. So it's not always that case, but typically speaking, a proven fighter.
No, you're right, because I also picked Donaire to beat Magdaleno because of the experience over that, and I was wrong.
And the example that I always use because you know, some fighters, you know, they beat guys at the end of their careers. Like, I don't think that many people give Canelo that much credit for beating Shane Mosley.
No.
Right?
Well, I mean, but let's be real. Okay, but I think that one. Well, okay. Well, I see the point you're trying to make, but I'm definitely.
He was washed and moving up. That was his perception.
Yeah, but that's
Shane Mosley is a Hall of Fame fighter, or close to it. Maybe not Hall of Fame, but he's close to it.
Now Jesse Vargas fighting the top fighter, Manny Pacquiao. We could then say, all right, let's label him the gatekeeper, right? With the experience, Jesse Vargas.
He's the gatekeeper?
No, let's just say, right? Let's say Jesse Vargas looked great. He has a prospect fight next. I don't know.
So wait, 1 second. You're saying that
what I'm saying is he's a
Jesse Vargas is going to be there for a prospect to potentially get a name, right?
Well, how does it work? Like, who do you?
Yeah. So it would work like Jesse.
Well, it's like when they matched up Jesse Vargas and Saddam Ali.
Right.
It was like they were going to use. Everyone all thought that fight was for Ali to win. I was 100% convinced.
Fight who?
I was 100% convinced that Saddam Ali was going to use this as his title victory and his coming out fight over a good name. I didn't pick Vargas that one. I picked Saddam Ali because I thought Saddam Ali would be able to outbox him.
You're correct.
I believe, and that was also post Bradley. So because it was post Bradley, I was like, okay, Vargas is he's keeping his hands. He's not firing. How are you going to beat a slick mover, boxer mover like Saddam Ali if you're not throwing anything? And he definitely didn't go to the body at all.
And this is the point I make about Vargas. Why not to be disrespectful? Just to, like I say, keeping it real. Is it's not just after a Bradley win or Bradley loss. It's after never looking good his entire career, having opportunities on TV, boring, and never really winning convincingly. I don't know what the fuck Suleiman.
Well, he's always been in tough.
Yeah, but how did he?
Well, he's always been in tough fights. Hey, we're back on Block Talk though, so if we want, we could try.
Enrique, he struggled with the Russian dude that Broner beat the shit out of.
How did he look against Manny Pacquiao?
Not very good.
No,
Manny Pacquiao was.
I gave him more credit than not very good.
Manny Pacquiao was in second
entertaining.
gear. He was in second gear the whole night. It didn't really look like much of an effort for him to win. And I think that he just coasted for a victory. After dropping him in the second round, like I said, Vargas he overextended himself, maybe won a round or two, gassed, and just was outboxed the rest of the night.
In my opinion, Manny Pacquiao did not look very good.
I
expected more fireworks from him.
I gave Vargas the 6th round, and I have a note in my notebook that was his best round. I gave Vargas 3 of the middle rounds, and in my opinion, that was his best moment in the fight. That middle chunk.
But how many rounds? You personally, like 9 through on, how many did you give the Vargas? 0, right?
Yeah, I gave him 0 after round 7.
So if you don't win in one round, Jesus Christ, if you don't win one round after round 7, I mean, that's a masterclass to a degree.
Yeah, but if you win a fourth of the fight, if you win 1/4 of the fight, I would say
he didn't win a fourth of that fight. He didn't win a fourth of that fight. He sat him down in the second round. He won the first round.
I gave him 3 rounds. I gave him 3 rounds. 12 divided by 3 is 4, so that means he won a fourth of the round.
Yeah, but that's not how it works. Like sometimes fighters take rounds off. Sometimes, you're okay with losing a round if you're up 9 rounds. Like that's not necessarily him winning a fourth of the fight, like in its entirety. Like it doesn't necessarily describe the competitiveness of that fight.
Do you remember the first score?
What do you mean? What do you mean the first score?
The judge's cards.
Yeah, it was closer than it should have been, right?
Like 114, 1.
Yeah, CJ Ross also gave
an experienced
Canelo six rounds against Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, he's a harsh judge. So I'm taking it like this. Jesse Vargas won a third of that fight.
He's a Suleiman judge. He has to be a Suleiman judge.
And it's not official that he won a third of that fight.
To me, I judged it. I know he won the first round.
But Steven, let's say it's just the way that you're describing it. Like I think it's like, let's just say that 2 fighters are fighting. It doesn't matter who it is. Let's just use Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, for example, right? And Danny Garcia wins 2 rounds, right, in the beginning of the fight, and then the rest of the fight, Keith Thurman controls it. You're not saying necessarily that he won 1/6 of the fight. Your, I guess, conclusion of the fight is that he was dominated. Like fighters lose rounds, I don't really see.
Also, 1/6 is a lot less than a third or a fourth.
So there's 3 of us right now.
Okay, so I'll give him what, a 6. So I'll give him.
What did you give him, MD?
4. How many rounds did I give?
MD. How many rounds did you give Vargas? Did you score the fight?
I'm not gonna lie that I didn't score it on the top of my head, but I do have good memory and I remember the rounds that I thought Vargas definitely won. He won round 1, right?
Right, he definitely won round 1. So
I thought he won. It was either 3 or 4, not both or one of them.
Jesse Vargas versus
right, Steven. Is that how you did it? 3 or 4?
Let's get to some calls, man. You guys over here rambling, talking about.
Where did you go?
We're waiting for you to come back.
Jose. Let me get to my meetings, y'all. What you mean? I've been right here listening to y'all talk.
There's 3 of us right here. We about to officially score.
Popping all this champagne, popping all this rosé, getting money like lame-o. Popping all this champagne, popping all this rosé, getting money like Jose. Chain code, Norway. Shorty wants that foreplay. I'm like, no way. Gotta rock it like Coldplay. Killing it.
Jose, the new champion, Ring TV magazine champion, WBC champion, and what's the other champion belt he has? Because WBO or WBA?
Well, if he ain't talking, I guess Blog Talk down again.
Right. So we're scoring Jesse Vargas versus Manny Pacquiao.
Yo, Ness, can you guys hear me or not?
Yes, we can hear you.
We waiting for you to talk.
Okay, good. Yeah. Blog Talk was down, man. Anyway, yo, all I want to say is, yes, all those champions and more. You know, plus I'm going to be the Dance King champ, man. This time I'm going to go easy on the drinks, and I'm going to rip up the dance floor like I did that one time. That's with that chick, remember?
I remember. And AC?
You don't want to battle now, Jose.
Oh, in Vegas. In the pool party. Yeah.
Yeah, no one knows, man. It was just the hottest Corona chick there, you know? So Canadian Jose put on some dance skills, and, you know, girls love the Canadian.
Yo, Jose, it's probably the one that retweeted Trump.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, congratulations, MD. You're your man.
I was campaigning really hard. You know, we won.
Good job, man. Well, you know what? In all fairness, though, Trump is a boxing fan, man. So at least props for him for that, right? Maybe
That's what I'm saying. It's silver lining.
we'll actually come out to a big fight. That's pretty cool.
I know Trudeau probably is having a yeast infection right now, but
Jose, the word in New York City is if you're Puerto Rican or anything Dominican, you might get deported back to Mexico.
You know, if I come to the States, maybe, man, Donald Trump might put us all in he might just invade the TBV party since, you know, maybe he got it's a hot ticket, man. So maybe he's coming and he'll throw us all in a truck and deport us all.
but you guys are getting Whoopi Goldberg and Miley Cyrus. They're coming up. You accepting them?
No.
Oh, you know, man. Hopefully some TBV listeners too, man. Yo, so let me get to what I want to say. Yo, Steven, come on.
No, hey, Jose, you know I'm not cutting you out. You still got the floor. I'm just playing that so we can circle back to boxing. Let's get back to the topics. Thank you very much.
Passive-aggressive producer.
All the crazy people out there who say that they don't ever want to see a Manny Pacquiao-Floyd Mayweather fight, those guys are crazy, man. That's like the greatest sporting event out there. And UFC, I know MD and his boys, they might be big fans, but UFC will never, ever, ever have the attention that boxing match did, man, no matter what. And second, Danny Garcia has a much better resume than Keith Thurman does, guys. It doesn't matter how you chop it up. He's fought higher opposition, and Keith Thurman hasn't, man. So I think for now, even though Danny Garcia is fighting a cream puff right now, you still got to give it to him, man. The guy paid his dues, and he has every right to fight who he wants to fight, and he's going to give us Keith Thurman next. So just be patient. Let him knock this guy the fuck out. I agree with what Ness said. True Entertainment will be seeing the knockout. And that's it. Under my time. All right, boys. See you guys next weekend. Peace.
Peace. I have those belts.
Okay, Jose. Listen, producer, drop that drive-by clock on. We going full power here.
9:56.
I'm gonna actually James and Hurricane Ray get traditional calls because we tried them both before the blackout. James, talk to us.
What up, y'all? Look, man, we going to get that quote for that fight.
For the Vargas fight?
Hello? Yeah, I remember I called in on the night you did a little joint about 3 a.m. I tried to call in. You said call in the next day, but I couldn't do it. So I'll take the crow. I know it's a drive. I'll take the crow. I ain't going to ask no more, though.
Yeah, and you also made a good prediction because you picked Magdaleno by KO.
Yeah, I did pick him by KO. He got the win, though. I picked him by KO, but I knew Nito wasn't messing with him, man. Anyway, man, I know it's drive-by mode. I ain't trying to get cut. So peace out, man.
Peace out.
Hurricane.
Yeah, we can circle back to him. He didn't make any picks.
It's cool.
Yo, what's up, fellas? It's about that time. Yo, let me make my picks real quick. I got Ortiz, Souza. I got Fortuna. And, of course, I got Garcia, man. Stop, though, man. I'm about to turn up the heat on y'all. I appreciate y'all going to spend time on me and honor me with 3 minutes. Check this out, though, man. Garcia, man, I don't think he's a proven welterweight yet, man. He's still got a lot of fighting to do.
90 seconds.
He did his thing at at lightweight. That's man, I forgot at 140, right? But man, he still got some improvement, some show improvement to do there. I mean, he does possess the skills, he does possess the power to be effective at 147. And as far as I want to get into Angel Garcia, man. Angel Garcia, man, he's a clown, man. But man, he does bring the views. I see that you're
60 seconds.
when you put him on, man. So I guess you gotta go out there and visit him more, so we get some of those crazy interviews, man. But he be popping off at the mouth, man. Like, man, he be trying Terrence Crawford, man. Like, Terrence Crawford ain't doing nothing at 140, man. I think he better be chill. He better chill with that because man, he might stick his foot in his mouth, man. He ain't got nowhere to run no more, man. There ain't no more stalkers for him to fight. And I know Danny be saying that people always gunning at him, man. People always gunning at him for a reason, because man, he be cherry picking these dudes at 147, man. He's a solidified champion at 140. Almost became the lineal champ. He ducked Posto. He moved up running, and after that, you know, he ain't do like Manny Pacquiao did. Manny Pacquiao skipped
10 seconds.
He went up to 147, took the fight, and he stayed there, and he showed and proved he ain't take no cherry picks, man. He fought De La Hoya, he fought Cotto, he fought Ricky Hatton. I could just keep going, man. And this man got a lot to prove to me still. He is a good fighter. I respect him. But other than that, man, he gotta step up his game, my brother.
All right, brother. Thank you for calling in. That's 906. 906. Who's this? First time calling?
Nope, third time. Shiloh Lucier from Upper Michigan.
Who?
Oh, Upper Michigan, fundamental to the Trump victory.
Silo?
Yep, Shiloh.
Oh, Shiloh.
I called a couple months ago.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I was on speakerphone. But anyway, I don't have a problem with Garcia fighting who he's fighting, because Ward did the same thing. He fought a brand before his mega fight with Kovalev. And I got Garcia, Hurd, Ortiz winning, of course, and then I'm picking Fortuna since he TKO'd Sosa earlier this year, and he also has more experience in who he's fighting. And I got Jason Sosa winning that one. And also, did you guys catch the Wilder David Hayes sparring session?
Yeah, that's old.
David, that popped up on like a new video today, and they're saying like Wilder has issues with boxing problems and stuff. So I think Ortiz would give him huge problems. I think Wilder's gonna try to stay away from that fight, but that's a must-see win right there.
Be careful with
And I
Messi.
think it was an awesome, smart decision for Ortiz to sign with Hearn, because Hearn's he's a solid stable of heavyweights, and that's what boxing needs to become popular, is a popular heavyweight division. Badly. That's when boxing was at its most popular, when we had Ali and things like that. So hopefully the heavyweights we have now can bring it back. And one more thing is, who is Martin Murray's opponent in the 168 division?
He just got a fill-in today, man, and it's hard to pronounce. It's with an M or something like that. It's going to be on Box Nation. Listen, Shiloh, is that with a S or with a C?
That's with the S.
Shiloh.
He's fighting a live body. That's all it is. The guy's not expected to win. Short notice.
Let's get to 503. Listen, 503, it is about that time. We have reached the 10 o'clock Eastern time. That means we've been on for 3 hours of fun. So, 503, first time calling in. Who's this? Where you calling from?
No, this is Josue, bro.
Josue, what's up?
You hear me?
Yes.
Ness?
Yes.
Yeah. Yo, what up? Ness? All right. Yo, what up, guys? I'll keep it nice and short. Fuck Danny Garcia. I hope he gets his ass knocked out. And that's all I got, Ness. Thank you.
All right. Man,
I was fucked up the same whole sway.
I know.
Danny Garcia is a friend to the room.
Yeah,
but this is the voice of the people, and he's
It is
part of the people.
that's why he got the voice's opinion.
But the knockout part and the F word, it just not friendly.
You know,
His opinion was very animated.
out to these streets.
This portion of the show we call In the Know, presented by my
My brother.
Yo, you hear me?
Info Joe.
Hello?
Who? Info Joe. There ain't no show. What's up, Info?
Info Joe. Hey, man, ain't no show without Info Joe. I picked Vargas last week, so Ness, give me that crow.
Damn.
That's all good. Vargas keeps that gate closed.
Hey, what's
Info
up,
Joe.
Yo, you also picked Onair.
Hey, man. Yeah, give me that Crawford in there, too.
Damn,
I
double
gotta slide
whammy
that by
loser.
y'all.
Steven,
I hope you're not losing coming to the party, Info Joe. Are you coming to the party? I'm looking forward to meeting you.
Oh, man, I'm there, man.
You there?
Yeah, I've been working
Yo.
days straight.
All right, hey, I'm gonna restart the clock for you, Info Joe, because you had to eat crow first, but you only got 45 seconds. Remember that. Make your picks.
Info Joe, not to be confused with who's the other crow.
Hey, yeah, the best thing about the Danny fight is the undercard and Thurman's commentating. That should be pretty interesting. But I got Luis Ortiz, I got Hurd, I got Fortuna, and of course Danny and Sosa. Hey, and real fast, man, I'm real hyped about the party, y'all. Man, I can't wait for the fun. I've been working 7 days straight, so now it's time to play real hard. So, man, let's do it up real big, man, and get it in, you know?
All right, Info Joe, man. Can't wait to get back with you, man. It's been a long time, but we're gonna party hard. Speaking of the party, we got one of the guys that kind of had a lot to do with the award portion of the party.
Long Beach in the house. Yeah.
Get your hair cut.
Yeah, man.
JP.
That I even what up, y'all? What up, Casual, man? Good to hear you.
What up?
Even more with the haircut, man. I did something dads usually don't do because of buyer's remorse. I bought myself a pair of J's for the goddamn party.
What's that, like Jordans?
Yeah, man. I bought a pair of brand new sneaks for myself. Can you believe that shit?
For the party?
You know what? You deserve it, man. You deserve to treat yourself.
Yeah, man. I mean, I usually am weary to spend over $100 on myself on some sneaks because, you know, you feel like shit, I could get my kids something. But, you know, I said, fuck it, I'm going to live a little. You feel me?
Yo, live 100. Don't live a little. Live 100. When you at that party, when you in Las Vegas, yo, I hope you drink because there will be some drinks. There are gonna be some plate. We got waffles and chicken, right, Ness? What's the menu? What's on the menu, Ness?
A little bit of everything.
Oh, a little bit of everything. You don't want to say it? You want to keep it a surprise?
Hey,
I want to let him get his call so we don't hijack him.
Don't hijack the man. Go.
Yeah, man. I'm on some Hangover 3 shit. I might get a tattoo on my face or something.
I might hang out with you, bro.
Damn.
Yo, everybody bringing up the 3. Come on, man. That movie's.
I might hang out with you, bro. You gonna get a tattoo on your face.
But, no, I ain't gonna do that shit.
I'm not gonna encourage you. I'm just saying I will hang out with you. You going that far? But nah, this is your call. You know, I'm taking over like it's just me and you on phone. But go ahead, JP.
Let me get them picks. I got Hurd, Sosa, and Ortiz. I hate the sight of Malik Scott. Quick question: is Douglas the same Douglas that fought that mini white Mike Tyson?
Yes.
Is that Douglas? No, that's Anthony.
Oh no, yeah. That's the guy from California, right?
That's the guy MD's been confusing Omar Douglas with all day, even off air.
That's not true at
that
all.
was
That's
action.
not true
That was
at all.
action, Douglas. That was action, Douglas.
That's not true at all. I haven't confused him at all. You cannot unsee that tumor in the back of his head.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a different. I'm thinking it's that Antoine Douglas kid. Okay, so it's a different Douglas. I'm not familiar with that Douglas, but my Vargas, I was one of the first dudes out there telling you that fight would be competitive. Now you can say how many rounds and say it wasn't competitive because of the amount of rounds won by Vargas, but I think at least 8 to 9 of the rounds had competition in them. So, MD, I hope your ability to assess a president is better than your ability to assess a good fight coming, because you gave
Wait. I just want to know one thing from JP. Did you give more than 4 rounds to Vargas?
I want to know, son, did you get your tickets?
He got his ticket.
Man, I'll get it. I'm finna get it right now.
He a last minute dude. So did you give 4 rounds or more to Vargas?
No, I didn't. But I still feel like the fight was fierce.
Uh-oh.
I felt like Vargas always had his moments here throughout the fight.
So how did you say 8 rounds were competitive?
Wait, is Santiago, hey, producer, is Santiago still on the line? Find Santiago if you
Yo, JP, one question before you go, right? Do you think Donald Trump has hot sauce in his purse?
Hot sauce in
Do I
his
think
purse.
what now? Run it again?
Do you think Donald Trump has hot sauce in his purse?
That sounds like a rap song. Like a
hot sauce in his purse.
Sound like a redneck.
You don't get it? You don't get it?
Like a redneck.
No.
Rap song.
For the record, and you guys watch the Breakfast Club, right?
I don't watch it. I hear it sometimes.
But you know about Charlemagne the God. I never actually really knew it before Ness actually brought him up because he was sparred Sean Porter.
Mm-hmm.
Hillary Clinton was asked, you should look this video up. What do you have in your purse? And the non-racist candidate on the Breakfast Club goes, hot sauce
in a purse?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
That is the most fucking elitist, racist shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
Stereotypical.
So, perceptions in the media may be a little off. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, that was like a stiff, hard jab, MD. Go ahead.
Yo, how is JP even talking? Didn't he get cutted?
Nah, let him finish, man. He's a friend to the room.
I'm only messing with him, man.
And he's in Vegas, and he got the J's on, and
he got the J's for the party. It's true.
For the party.
For the party.
We got chicken wings and waffle, and we not being like racist. We being real. So like that. We Ness and I picked it at the same.
Yeah, you don't live in Chappaqua, New York, and make $20 million a year. So that's all I'm saying.
Hey, I'm just saying, man, that was actually Hillary's problem. She played to the black community too much. And if she would have felt...
She treated you guys like cartoons, man, in the most racist fashion, and she lost the election because of that. It's what she did.
Let's not talk about it.
Cut it. And JP's a man. I like JP, and I think he...
Yo, MD dying to do a politically debated show here on the presidential candidate.
I'm just trying to educate people, man. Trying to educate them because you know what? Everybody should be positive. I saw there was a lot of riots around the country. Hardworking people trying to get. One second, hardworking people trying to get to work. And I think as a nation, we have a democracy. People voted, and we all should just move forward together instead of keeping the fragmentation of our great country. Make America great again.
Hey. Rocky 954. Did you vote for Trump?
Yo, what's up, mi gente? Listen, this call is in support of MD, but not on that Trump shit. Jesse Vargas stinks. I agree with MD. He stinks, man. He won I give him maybe 4 rounds.
4 rounds. That's big.
Okay, against Manny Pacquiao. Maybe it was 3. I don't know, but it wasn't that competitive. He wasn't that good to me. And overall, MD, I agree, man. Jesse Vargas has been boring. His best fight and his best win I seen him in was against Ali. And you know what? It might have been some fuckery afoot, if you know what I mean. Like he might have been, going into the juice. I'm not sure. But I just wanted to support MD for once because last time I argued with him, and usually I disagree with him, but he's right tonight. Not on that Trump stuff though, but much love though. Yeah, so I'll keep it short and sweet, man. Yeah, thanks for taking my call, man.
All right, Rocky, man. Thank you for calling in. Rocky actually got a couple of
seconds.
Yeah, right. The producer stepped away from that clock. Clockety clock. Josh from New Orleans, Europe. Josh, New Orleans, Josh.
Yeah, hello.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real quick. Heard Fontana. Ortiz is gonna beat the shit out of I don't even know his name. He's probably the best heavyweight out there right now, besides Joshua and Deontay Wilder. The other names, I can't think of who else fighting. Shit. Let me tell you what I'm saying about Danny Garcia right quick. Danny Garcia, I can't wait till after because Keith Thurman beat him, because I'm tired of hearing about him and stuff like that. All that stuff he getting talk, all that talk about him and all that, talking about he fought and had a better resume. When he get beat by Keith Thurman, I don't want to hear nothing else about Danny Garcia. And that's it. That's all I'm going to end it with.
All right, thanks for calling in. Yo, Canadian Jose said he buying his J's for the party too, JP. He want his Jordans and his belts.
Punching from Pacquiao.
Hey, I got Jordans for sale. The retros. I never wore them. 10.5.
Ever wore them. 10.5.
Brand new. I paid like
800.
Yeah, like 800. I'm about to sell them for like $850 if you down. I just want to make $50. Maybe
I'm asking a real question. Like, this is not me trolling. Is there an age that like people stop wearing Jordans?
I never bought them, MD.
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
I stopped wearing them back when I graduated high school.
That's what I was saying. Like, I remember like middle school, like Iversons were hot, like things like, remember the old Iversons?
Iversons.
Bruce just checked in and he said,
back in the day, you don't remember the Iverson, the Reeboks? Don't act like that wasn't a hot shoe. Like, I didn't like them personally, but
Allen Iverson?
Yeah, you don't remember those?
Nah,
yes.
By that time I was into Prada.
Bruce just checked in and he said,
I'm a little younger than you, right?
What the fuck is this guy talk over face talker? He checked in, he got his cement force too. Can we get to the last of these callers? Shout out to Santiago. Just bought his ticket to the TBV Appreciation Night. Santiago, I wish you would have just signed up to Patreon and saved that $10, my friend. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not a Patreon member, you can just sign up to Patreon.
And you'll get the $10 back by the gift bag, so don't worry about that.
You're gonna get more than the $10 gift bag for real.
And all the pictures you're gonna take and post on Instagram.
Exactly. Did we go to Josh from New Orleans? We did. Now we got to go to Savage. We got to go to Savage. Not Macho Man, but he's from Toronto.
Savage.
Yo, what's going on, fellas? How's everyone?
I'm very good.
What up?
All right, so Cherry Garcia, I hope he pulls the knockout. He needs to show me that he's a worthy contender and the Thurman won't steamroll him. Fortuna definitely is gonna get the win on that. Ortiz, obviously. Sosa, I wanna lay the money on Sosa. Who does everyone got over there? Everyone have Sosa?
You mean like Fontura?
No. The Ortiz undercard.
Oh.
Smith.
I don't know. No woman, no children. So Sosa.
Cut it.
Ness, Sosa, who you going for?
I'm going for Jason Sosa.
Right. That's too hardcore for me.
How about some hardcore?
Yeah, we like it raw. Nah, I thought he was talking about the Fortuna.
Fortuna.
How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw. How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw. How about some hardcore?
It's a living down LA.
It's the place to be. You got to be there to know that everybody wanna see.
Everybody wanna see. What's up, Boxing Voice? What up, everybody? Man, schedule everybody in D.
Compa, you coming to the party?
Oh man, I can, man. Trip out,
Oh,
man. That's not my big brother's birthday, but
Yo, bring your big
Bro,
brother.
take him.
Bring your big brother before y'all get shot on the ass.
Nah, man. Hey,
Compa, I'm flying to LA and driving from Los Angeles to Vegas. Carpool, brother. Carpool. I'm driving from Los Angeles to Vegas. We can carpool, bro.
On Highway 51.
hey, but check it out though. I got my boy Dennis Chris Garcia. I got Jared Hurd. Let's see, who else we got? I got I'll go with Javier Fortuna. I got Luis Ortiz. And what else we got?
You have the
Sosa.
Hey, what's up? Hey.
Yo.
Did you give Jesse Vargas 4 rounds or more?
But I got Sosa. Hey,
compa, we are friends. Go ahead.
What's up?
You and I are friends. I want to know, did you give Jesse Vargas 4 rounds or more versus Pacquiao?
Hey, first of all, you guys got to give me a gunshot because I was watching it on a choppy stream. So
That's fucked up.
Watch it. All fucked up. Give me a gunshot.
Man, yo, you got to get that Tiger stream, B.
Or you got to get the pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah, or you got to get the pay-per-view.
Check it out. Hey. I'll be at if Win Mayweather and Pacquiao fight for the rematch. Hey, count me there in Vegas, baby.
Oh, we having a party.
We ain't gonna be at that one. We ain't gonna be at that one, compa.
I might have my own party, the casual fan party.
Nah, hey, but fuck, there was something else I wanted to tell you guys too, but I'll just wait for the next show. But hey, see you guys later. I'm about to blaze it right now, so yeah.
All right.
You already know what time it is.
Yeah, well, he says
he say about the blaze. You know that we're gonna go to.
Oh, you gotta come to the party.
It's legal. It's legal in California, recreational marijuana. I know Ness doesn't pay attention to that.
KVT on Skype.
The news.
Hey boys, how you doing? How are you, Ness? Casual, MD, Mr. Producer. Make it quick. It's on the clock at the moment. I just want to put my picks in, eh?
Yeah.
I'll talk about the guys that I probably know the most, Garcia and Ortiz. Obviously, I'll go for both those guys. But I'm just wondering about Luis Ortiz. I'm just worried about him, fighting over in England. This is his first fight there, yeah?
I guess. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I just want to.
Well, it's not in
No, the fight is in Monaco, France.
Oh, it's in Monaco.
Well, it's not France, but
my
whatever.
bad. Sorry.
Monte Carlo.
And even with Garcia, I just want to see how he performs. He's had a bit of inactivity this year, so I'd like to see how he performs. People are bagging on this fight, but sometimes you just got to shake that rust off, see where he's at.
KVT, but it is Luis Ortiz's first fight overseas, I believe.
It is his first fight overseas.
Yeah, is that right, Nestor?
That's another thing too, So.
But he's
but Luis Ortiz, like I don't think that would bother him because he comes from the Cuban amateur background. So to be honest, like I feel like he's made to definitely win overseas.
You're seeing Styles.
Yeah, he's not nervous about surroundings and things like that. He's seen it all. Yeah, I get you. Well, anyway, that's my call, boys.
All right, KVT, thank you for calling in. We got a couple of alumni down there. Press 1, guys, if you're gonna get on. If not, it is about that time to skip on to my loop and get up out of here, dude. So officially, I'm gonna go with my man's Fortuna got the experience, and he got the oh man, I don't know. MD, MD already going with MD already doesn't believe in Douglas and casual.
Yeah. Choose Ness. We all choose our own destiny. Choose yours.
I mean, I feel like Omar Douglas might shut the show down, but it's the O versus the experience. So I'm gonna go with the O because I'm a casual. Whoa.
Steven, wake up, buddy.
I've been awake.
Ness,
yo, how's that recreational out there?
You're not.
I'm woke, son. I'm woke.
Check the chat. So Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go from here?
Nah, I want to know what Steven scored the Vargas fight. I want to know what MD scored the
Yo,
Vargas.
why you keep talking about a fight that happened? We had 3 shows on that. You still asking people about that?
Fight. Yes.
You guys took crows on that. It changed your opinion of the fight. Nobody cares about that fight because it was
trying
not
to figure
competitive.
him out. Yo, talk to me, Enrique. Like, why do you care? Like, after
He
3,
felt like his boy got robbed. He's listening to Suleiman too much. Is that it?
Fight.
Enrique, speak up.
It's not Burger King, bro. It's not. You acting like it's like Burger King with bread, meat, cheese, lettuce, bread, more bread. It's not that. It's a steak, bro.
Yo, he ain't prime. Jesse Vargas is not prime steak. He's more like that. He's more like that.
I bet you Jesse Vargas next fight, he wins. I bet you he blocks whoever is on their way to the top.
We got Christian Fernandez on the check-in. Christian, what's up, brother? You coming to the party, right?
Oh yeah, man. I'm definitely coming. Definitely coming.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Who you coming with?
You coming with a group or you coming dolo?
I'm flying out by myself. I'm meeting my boy out in California, and then we're driving in from Dana Point, California.
Nice.
Cool. You get to meet Peter Quillen, Will Monroe, Virgil Hunter, Mario Barrios, Nestor Gibbs.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. I get to meet you guys too. I can't wait, man.
That's what I was saying.
And
you get to get a drink with me.
To show up because he voted for Trump.
MD don't want to show up. MD is gonna be Ghostface Killer, you know, with the stocking over his face.
Hey, MD's got to come out, man. He's part of the show too, right?
I know, man. He's
want to be recognized.
He said he didn't want to come out because of the Trump vote.
Why? Well,
You gotta be proud.
I'm not worried about born in America. I'm not worried about being deported.
Yo, MD, you are
I'm joking about that.
Just saying, you're part of the show. You should go out.
No, to be honest, it's a scheduling issue with my school. I can't do anything about it. I cannot do anything about it. I would love to come out there. It's just the timing doesn't work out. I can't change it. I don't have the flexibility that a lot of you guys do with your jobs because of my schedule. So, trying to make people healthy, so it's not that easy.
You know what?
That I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing. MD said he's trying to make people healthy. That mustache, that wasn't a healthy choice.
Yeah, that's uneven. Like the left side is shorter than the right side.
I mean,
MD, don't let them win. Show up with the same mustache on Sunday. Don't let them win, MD. Show up with the same mustache on
I gotta
Sunday.
fix it up. I did it right before the show. But listen. My girl did come over right before the show.
Where's your left side shorter than the right side? And you let it slide.
Yo,
not the truth.
TBB
I was in a
with MD's mustache.
I figured it would just go for the people who, it shows masculinity and it shows we have an alpha male in president, Donald Trump, instead of a I'm stealing this from someone else, so I'm not taking credit for this, but she was a thick ankle dog face. That's
Oh, MD is funny. Christian, man, what else you got for us?
Yo,
You got any picks?
I was calling in because I needed to eat crow for last week. I picked against.
Hold on. I'll tell you who you picked against. You picked Donaire. Yeah, you did pick Nonito. Yeah. I got you written down, bro. It's in my red pad. It's there for life.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I
Give him some of that.
I picked Nonito, but then after the show, I studied up on Jesse, and then I realized, oh my God, I got to switch my pick. I ended up gambling on Magdaleno.
Oh,
but,
nice.
I wanted to get my picks in real quick. for this show. I got Omar Douglas. I got Jason Sosa.
I've got Ortiz and DSG. Did I miss any?
Yeah, Fortuna Douglas.
No, he's picking Douglas. He said Douglas.
Oh.
Hey, Douglas by KO. Douglas by vicious KO.
Damn.
Wait. Ness, you said he didn't have a punch.
I ain't say he didn't have no, but that's MD.
MD, you said he didn't have a punch.
Douglas does not score a vicious KO. Have you seen him fight, Christian? Okay.
Christian.
Couple fights, and I think because the homeboy has
Homeboy's racist now, so watch what you say.
Really?
We lost that?
He's gonna get
Homeboy's racist.
the dude's got a suspect, man. He's gonna get knocked out.
But I just don't think he has the power. Like, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But actually, he could score a knockout if he decides to twist his head at a really quick angle and knock him out with that branch on the back of his head. You know, could tack some torque and power on it.
No, man, he don't need that. He's gonna get him out of there. I'm telling you, he's gonna get him out of there within 6 rounds. When you go back and watch Omar Douglas fight, he's gonna get him out of there. And I'll call back in if I'm wrong, for sure.
Well, all right, Christian, man. Wanted to make sure that you got some time being a Patreon member and coming to the TBV appreciation party. Definitely a loyal listener. So thank you for all the above. I want to thank everyone who tuned in to this very long show. Damn, 3 hours and a half you got out of us. Thanks to MD's politics and new porn star from the 50s. I'm your host, NesGTO. Find me on Twitter and on Instagram at NesGTO. I just ran 3 miles today, ladies and gentlemen. Night run.
Hey, hold on, Ness. You're trying to slide away without making picks? What the fuck?
Who? I made my pick. I said I got Sosa.
That was it? That's your one pick of all the fights? You're going to pick Sosa? That's it?
So you want me to say Danny and Ortiz?
And
Hurd?
Okay.
Fortuna, who do you got in that fight?
Oh, that fight.
The one that you spent the entire show bigging up Douglas. You're picking Fortuna. I know.
I'm stuck in that whole fight, man.
You better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son.
Yo, I'm so afraid to go with my normal rationale where resume trumps everything. Experience trumps everything. But I was just wrong. I didn't pick Magdaleno knowing he was the goods. Being one of those activists to openly promote how good he was, but he didn't have the resume to indicate he could be Nonito Donaire. And that's kind of the way I feel right now with Douglas and Fortuna. It's like he doesn't have the resume for me to definitively pick Douglas over Fortuna. But Fortuna is chinny. He's wide. He's always been wide. I think Douglas's defense is better than MD thinks. I'm going upset special. Guns blazing. Omar shows us why they call him Super O. Douglas takes that win.
Yo, they gotta change that fucking nickname.
Don't hate. Don't hate.
Super O.
You hating? I hear a lot of hate, and you know what? Now that Trump is president, you know,
well,
it could be anything they want.
What is a better nickname, Boo Boo Andrade or Douglas's nickname?
Definitely not Boo Boo.
I feel you.
Hey, Boo Boo, let's go get some picnic baskets.
That's like 1980s.
What about Cornflake? What about Cornflake's nickname? Doesn't he gotta change that? Shouldn't somebody be sending him out?
Who is that?
How about this?
Dusty Harrison beat him. That's how he's probably going to be remembered for the rest of the year, unfortunately.
Word. But how about this though? How about this? Homeboy.
We lost homeboy. We lost homeboy.
You got Virgil Hunter, Peter Quillen, and Monroe,
and Barrios.
Oh, you got the
rhymed that with the
that was DJ right there. He was like, and
that was the ad lib.
Yo, we're gonna invite Cornflake to the party.
What about Salka? You know you invited Salka. Salka got his invite, right?
Rod Salka ran for the mayor of his little
and won.
He was like a councilman or some shit.
Yeah, he won. I'm pretty sure. That
So you could follow me at BoxingMD1 on Twitter. Gotta go.
Yo, remember Broner's brush had a Twitter? Is your mustache gonna have a Twitter?
I don't know if we'll see if it makes it that long. But
it's like the left side versus the right side. Left side versus the right side.
Yo, Boxing MD's mustache.
Yo, Enrique, let's, with the Saddam Hussein look, you might be profiled now that Trump's president.
I've been profiled before.
Yo, you do look like Saddam Hussein. You should have dressed up like for Halloween. Nah, because then you'd have probably still been locked up.
Yeah. You're fucked either way. I don't know what to tell you. But you know me, so me and the president have a connection.
Hey, Boxing MD. I mean, Enrique. All you got to do is thank your lucky stars. You don't look like a fucking reject from Starsky and Hutch like this guy. Like a reject Owen Wilson with that mustache.
Stop. Before he never comes back, goes to the basement.
No, I know. Tell your girlfriend this is all love too. She's probably like, oh my God, those fucking guys are assholes. Tell him you're doing them a favor.
Whoa! Why does he have to have a? Why does he have to have a white girlfriend?
All right. Well,
MD.
Tell them, MD.
Hey, MD. Is Donald Trump president?
Yo, I'm just letting you guys talk. Sometimes you guys talk yourself into things, situations and things. So
MD, your girlfriend talks like this. Tell them you are way better than them.
No, remember she called me. She said, I'm MD's girlfriend and he's not gay.
And this is sponsored by MD. I'm sorry.
Yo, you coughing over there? You okay? Yo, you think this is fun? Imagine a party. Listen, we out.